Stefanovski, El Fagali, Giorgio Passi, Reyes Garson, Verhaga, Brutski and Gonzalez. Their grand finals is over, but Jenny Wade is down in pit lane.
Nikita, what a fantastic race, but what a finish.
Yeah, that was really fantastic.
Now, of course, we know you won here 2 years ago. You're back to do it again in Mini, but tell us what's going on out there.
Yeah, I hope to win, so that's really hard to fight with these people, but that's very good drivers, that's the best drivers of the world, so yeah, so you need to fight with them, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's really good racing, of course. You don't know what to expect. Now you're in Minimax, it's a lot faster as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect the race because one lap you can be like 10, but the next lap you can be first.
And I think you've got a lot of fans here.
Yeah, yeah, that's all my fans, my fan group.
They're actually the Bahrain team from last time we were here in 2021.
Yeah, that's
Hello,
why they're my fans.
小富哥好。
They remember me.
They do remember you. Better give them a wave.
Yeah.
Well done, Nikita. We're going to see you on the grid tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, happy Estonian Nikita Lyubimov. It's very impressive how some drivers really take to this circuit. Lyubimov, Micromax champion here 2 years ago. Then he came to Portimao last year in Minimax and was only 60th. But he seems to love this circuit. So, pre-final B time now. These are the drivers that finished 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, 12th, etc. after the 3 heat races. The drivers to look out for on the bubble, as it were. Tommy Hart, 32nd in points. Alexander Rogovsky, 34th in points. Martin Soltis, 36th in points. They're the last 3 drivers currently in the final. The first 3 out, or the Rage, Gage Korn, Paolo De Grandi and Lucas Storder. Pumsit Kolombonjong was 43rd in points and just raced his way up from 22nd to 6th in that race. It can be done.
Yeah, we know all the rage. Gage Korn has got the pace to run in the front. Yes. We've seen him in the front this weekend. He's had a couple of misfortunes throughout the event, but we know he's got the pace, so whether he can turn that into a jump up the field. And again, like him moving up will affect someone else from P-Final A. So,
yes,
you know, it's still all to play for.
I mean, already, like Feliciano Bruschi, who was 35th in points, has just retired from his first race, so there's a space available. Who's going to take it? One driver that came into today in the final has sadly been pushed out of the final. Who is going to capitalise? That is the question. It's going to be a real test of nerve for all these young drivers. Albert Friend, you're looking at there, will start from pole position. Now he'll be thinking to himself, well, he 20 points behind Cole Denham. Cole Denham is the only driver to have won all 3 of his heat races. He had a perfect points tally. So even 4th place for Cole, that's pretty much fourth place is 38 points. So that'll put him on of course, we don't know if he's had a nose cone penalty. That's a possibility which could force him back. Albert Friend is looking really, I would say, to secure a place on the outside of row number 1 or the inside of row 2 at best.
Yeah, you know, you're having a look at the drivers, and we talk about how nervous the drivers are and how panicked they are. Did you have a look at the mechanics along the fence?
Oh, yeah.
They're bending the stirrups, the wires in that fence. They are so nervous for this event.
But of course, because, you know, a lot of these mechanics, they work with these drivers all year. Some of them are parents, some of them are brought in, you know, team members of the mechanics. There's a great shot of that grandstand, isn't there? We had the driver parade in there earlier, and I mean, I think there's some that look like Corey Carson's parents in the green from Australia. So that's Amaru Adriansen, the Peruvian driver who's due to start on the 4th row of the grid. That's a great crash helmet design. Talk about your crash helmet, because you've got a bit of Nigel Mansell in your crash helmet design.
I made sure of that. I got the Mansell on. I felt he's always been one of my favorite Formula 1 drivers, so definitely managed to get that on there. I want to pay tribute to him.
Ever managed to grow a proper Mansell mustache, a mutar, a great handle, great handlebar?
I did try, but they wouldn't let me near any school districts with it, so I went with a different beard.
Know the feeling well. There is the Rotax VIP Club, and BRP Rotax are proud to welcome some of the executives from BRP. This is a new camera angle there, and there's a few enjoying a cold, air-conditioned bit of food and beverage as we bring you the starting lineup for pre-final B in Minimax. Pole position from the UK, Albert Friend. Belgium's Lars Lambers on the outside of row number 1. Malaysia already cheering, buzzing after a good performance in the first race. Travis Teo and João Pereira on row number 2. Alexander Van Meerven and Josh Griffin on row 3. Hungary's Marco Folli and Mauro Adriansen from Peru are next. Then it's Garcia, Lukjanov, Lindemann and Casarino. Row 7, Massinas, Becker, Juch and Hart. Leopold Juch okay after his accident yesterday. Rogovski and Soltis. Then outside looking in, Korn, De Grande,
有人知道 Minimax 是几岁到几岁吗？
Salmi, Ahmed Al Khalifa with a sore neck after his crash. Edward Kirst, 24th. Here are the drivers who are really just racing for pride now. Lemieux, from Canada, Matoda, McLaughlin, Sakano, the Tiger. Tiger Sakano isn't going to make the final, sadly. Corey Carson, Xiao Chengji, Moral Rubia, Warner, Killer, Kianowski, Nasanas, and Rivan Del Pritham. All 36 drivers are on track. They're in the tram line. The lights are out. We're off and racing. It's a good start for the pole to Albert Friend. He's got side-by-side Lars Lambers trying to go round the outside. Alexander Van Meerven's also made a very good start. But it is Albert Friend leading the field over the roller coaster down the hill towards turn number 5. Friend leads. And I think that is Lambers in second with Teo and Van Meerven moving up into P4.
Yeah, absolutely. Much neater start there than what we saw in P-Final A. They got away quite clearly. We saw Friend actually just slow it down into turn 1 just to make sure he could get the good ride out. And he wasn't in trouble going into the roller coaster. So great start from Friend, very clever head on the shoulders. And now he starts off in front. He's already starting to tighten up the apexes, not going into the corner as wide as he normally would. He knows he's going to be under attack early.
Yeah, he's under pressure, so he's not being ultra defensive, but he's not leaving the door wide open, because this is an opportunity. People are going to be opportunists here. You've got Lars Lambers second. Travis Teo was briefly deposed by Alexander Van Meerven, but is back, I think, into P4. I think that's Amaru Adriansen from Peru up into P3. It's Teo, Van Meerven, Pereira, Griffin, Adriansen, Garcia, Folli, Lukjanov, Casarino. Now, all 36 drivers have come around cleanly at the end of lap number 1. Big movers back in the pack. Gage Korn up to 18th. Lucas Storder up 4 places to 17th.
Yeah, it looks like if you have a look at the front two there, it looks like they've gotten the setup right for how cold it's gotten. So the hardest thing in karting is to get those tires to switch on as soon as possible, but you've got to get them to last as well. So these two out in front definitely got their tires switched on. There hasn't been that much dicing, and they've actually pushed the button and gotten away.
这个第3名马来西亚小朋友我们也算是蛮熟的。他的爸爸，这个 Travis 他爸爸是华人，所以他爸爸很努力在培养这个马来西亚的小车手，是一个小帅哥。然后他整个年度啊，他整个年度都在这个
for third place,
欧洲跑比赛。
Still, Travis Teo fighting a rear guard action here, going through the roller coaster. Behind him is Van Meerven, Pereira, Griffin, Adriansen, Garcia, Lukjanov, Folli and Casarino side by side for about 8th place. Someone running very wide, that was Garcia in the blue race suit from Chile. And this is great news for Albert Friend and Lars Lambers. They can just cruise away. Travis Teo has, well, he has his rear mirrors, if he had any, full of Birrell Art go-karts.
Yeah, it's absolutely absolutely amazing to see this class so close together. We've got basically the whole field from second down to 36th in one route. Oh, 3, 4 cars, 5 abreast through there. It's insane to see how quickly these kids can move and change and make direction. They're only 12, 13 years old.
And react as well, you know, because suddenly they're making a move and there's a go-kart that appears out of nowhere, out of your peripheral vision, and then they react and everyone else reacts. And oh, the snake goes to the inside and round the outside. Great move there. Oh, Van Leeuwen gets a little bit sketchy, loses 3 places. Oh, somebody gets dispatched over the roller coaster. That, I think, may have been Teo. Joao Pereira was involved in that as well. Pereira now moves into 3rd position, and I'm looking to see, is that Griffin who's now moved up into 4th? This is a really English word. It's a schmozzle.
A schmozzle, an absolute schmozzle. You can see that where the places are, where you can see the kids that want to move up. You can see they need to get going. They want to make it into the final. That's the pack you can see moving around so much. But Teo, defending so early and so aggressively, has just forced a pass from the 2 behind him, and unfortunately that's dispatched him further down the order. I do need to correct myself though. These kids are under 12.
Yes.
They're 11.
The oldest is 12, and in fact we got one. Well, Travis Teo is 13, but he's so small he's not heavy enough to move into. You can race in Minimax up until you're 13, but you've obviously got to be a very small 13-year-old, which is what Travis Teo is. Teo is now down in 10th place. Griffin's dropped to 11th, and Antoine Lemieux has had an issue with Edward Kirst.
Travis 目前掉到第10位了。
Killer up to from
刚刚应该是有遭逢一些
20th
乱流啊。
Oliver Warner up
不过
to
Travis 速度是蛮快的。
32nd, but they're out of the final completely. Even if Oliver Warner won, he wouldn't make it into the final. He's lost so many points. So look, Gage Corn up to 17th.
欢迎有进来直播的大家
is looking good. He's gained 7 places to 14th. But a lot of the drivers that started in mid-pack are still in mid-pack. No one's really gained a lot of ground who needed to.
Yeah, that is the catalyst of this group being so close together. It's so difficult to make a pass because everybody's moving and shaking and defending. You can maybe go 1 place up, but the very next corner you go 1 place down. But the 2 that are enjoying this battle behind them is Friend and Lambers. They are just ticketed out of there.
He's like, imagine Albie Friend saying to his dad George and Lars Lambert saying to his dad, I hope you can show the live stream back because it looks like a good battle behind us. We're just enjoying this. Here comes 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Then a gap back to 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th and 17th. So at the back of this group, Travis Teo has now fallen away a little bit, and he's still defending. He's the first driver in the second group of karts there. He's obviously the setup on his kart, these conditions not working well.
Yeah, he's obviously done the first lap and realized he doesn't have the kart to contend with these conditions, and unfortunately he has to defend to keep whatever position he can to make sure he gets a decent start in the final. But someone he doesn't have to worry about that is Joao Pereira. He looks like he really has a ton of pace in that mini-max of his, and he's actually, I think if we have a look at the lap times, he's not far off the leaders.
No, indeed. They crossed the line. A lap time is
59.2 目
for
前
Friend,
蛮多人在线
59.1
上的，
for
欢迎
Lambers.
大家留
Pereira
言
same
一
pace
下
as the race
拉比
leader,
赛。
but the man of the move is Maxim Becker up into 7th place, 58.5.
昨天啊，播了5、6个小时，我耳朵你看，我戴着耳机啊，耳朵直接爆炸。第一次戴到那个蓝牙耳机没电。
I'm having a look up there. It was Joao Pereira. Now let's have a look.
这前6名是全部连在一起啊。
He's going to make the final, but that has cost him any chance of victory.
目前这个 Mini Max 来到第7圈。
3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Chensi Garcia at the back of this group. Then in 10th place, it's Griffin. Then it's Teo Masinas. Oliver Warner has come from 32nd to 3rd. We start lap number 8. Friend and Lambers not moving. They lead by 3.7 seconds over this battle. Going through turn number 1, it's Marco Folli from Hungary leading the way in that predominantly white race suit. Then it's Van Meeuwen 4th, Becker 5th, Casarino 6th, Lukjanov, Griffin, and behind Griffin is Garcia. Then a gap back to 10th
Hello,
place.
目前我们线上朋友蛮多的，
has got a bit of
来聊聊天。
over Warner, Massinas, Storder, Adriansen, and Lindemann. What has happened to Gage Corn? Corn has gone off, and Corn is down to 33rd. All the rage, Gage Corn will not make the final. The driver from the United States, who has finished 18th and 8th in the last 2 Minimax Grand Finals. The 12-year-old from Denver, sadly, his chances are done.
It looks as though if we have a look at the back
好，
of the
目
group,
前的
Travis
最
Taylor's
速
car's
单
fine. He's pitching on.
圈
We saw him struggling in the beginning, but he's getting right back onto that group now. He can't really make
58.576
the move done. Get the move done. But out there in
小
third
富
place
哥
is Marco
这一
Foley.
次
Does he
去
go to
美
face him
国
into
去
turn
哪
one?
里
He
玩？
doesn't, and he's going to lose a place because of that.
Wheel to
基本
wheel,
上
but
都待
Farley
在
on the
旧金
outside of
山
turn one means he's got the inside
比较
turn
多
of two, Kyle,
然后
and
有去
he
滑
does
雪
hold on. I spoke to you before that he goes, oh, I'm getting pushed around a little bit. I said, well, Mark, you've got to just take your elbows out, be good, and if someone pushes you, you've got to push them back.
Black Friday
Aggression means
黑五
aggression.
购物
Sometimes
节
it's the only way.
超夸
Yeah,
张，
we do say karting
极
isn't
度
a
豪
contact
迈。
sport, but we're running this close together. You are going to
哇
have a
这个
little bit of a
Mini Max
rub.
的最后一
But
圈，
Rubbing is racing, and Mark Foley actually managing that pressure very, very well. Van Meulen was all over in there for the
第
turns
四
3,
到
4,
第
and
七
5,
名
and
很
he
凶
managed
残
to hold
呐
on to that third place. Van Meulen, though, just taking it easy now. He doesn't look like he's attacking just yet. We've only got 2 laps left to go. It's about time if you want to get moving to move now.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, and there's somebody getting very, very deep. That was
Wow.
the British racing.
射
That
内
was
线
Joshua
啊
Griffin.
第二名上去了，哇，看到看到。
From Chile, 2 options.
哦，这个我觉得应该有缩保感哦，这个第二名应该有缩保感
You
哦
know,。You've always got to make that pass and just make sure you make it stick. We call it the 100% pass. And as we talk about that pass, Van Meulen though gets that 100% pass done, moves himself up into third place, and that's
哇，
put
这个缩保感很
Marco
亏耶，这
under
个第
pressure
二名可能就
from
直接掉到第
Becker.
八名去
Yeah,
了。
the Belgian and the German driver. In fact, 2 Germans, Becker and Casarino, are thinking. But look at Travis Teo. Travis Teo has gone back up to 6th position. So we're on the last
好
lap.
来到
Suddenly,
最后一
Teo's
圈
car has switched on. There he is on the outside. He's going to try and get a run up the hill. Still, Friend and Lambers aren't moving, but the battle is on for 3rd position. And I tell you who's just joined it, Oliver Warner in that, well, that's the green crash helmet, belongs to Lithuania's Masinas. Warner is cutting through the field like a hot knife through butter. He's not going to make the final, is Warner, but here we go.
Here we go, 冲
Winner of
线
this event, pre-final number B, Albert Friend, 2nd place, Lars Lambers, and coming across the line finally and getting it done was that Alexander Van Meulen, and we've lost.
OK， 我们的马来西亚小朋友 Travels 目前是第6名冲线。在美国待多久？我去了18天，整个就是耍废的行程。
Then Farley, Griffin, Warner.
然后我在那个
Ollie Warner,
加州当地啊，刚好有朋友是特斯拉里面的还蛮高阶的工程师，还有直接把测试车啊 Cybertruck 的测试车直接开出来，蛮特别的，设计的蛮特别的。大毛哥晚上好，一日台北，新竹是不是？台北桃园。那 Cybertruck 的设计真的是算蛮特别的，然后它的钢板真的有够厚。我突然发现一件事，它没有办法打蜡，因为它没有烤漆嘛，所以打蜡是无意义的，是无效的。而且很夸张哦，我们在那个停车场在赏车的时候，一堆人呐、啊。
No, but as I say, fortune favors the brave, and it's all about risk
一
versus
堆人
reward.
抢着
I
要
mean,
拍照。
that's kind of how these finals go.
Yep.
But we worry about starting in 20th place, but we've had a look at
这
this
个
mini
晚
map,
上
and
啊
how close is it throughout the race.
这
个晚上我看他们的地面啊，常真的都蛮滑的。
So, Carl, you've got to go get ready. Good luck for your pre-final in Masters. You've got some overtaking to do.
是啊，干很狂的。我跟你讲，这个前10名真的都很狂，几乎都是往上射。
Kyle Lawrence vacates the booth. It's time to move ahead to the juniors. We'll have a look at the results very shortly. And if the Minimax pre-finals are anything to go by, then juniors are going to be pretty special. There's a look at the grandstands, the race control unit, the dummy grid area, the Formula One circuit in the background. Where else would you rather be?
有订车吗？基本上呢，它是真的很特别的一台车啦哦。哲也问我有没有订 Model， 不 ，Cybertruck。基本上呢 ，Cybertruck 我应该是不会订，因为 Cybertruck 我觉得在台北开车不是很友善，因为车太大。不过吸睛度很高，非常高。大毛说，小父请叫大毛去开滴滴兔，然后叫自己要回单数这样。没有啊，你是卡丁车界里长博啊，应该要跑2组吧。大毛是卡丁车界里长博，跑2组刚好而已。对，没错，小富哥没错，车身非常的长。好，这一组呢是 Pre-Final A 组第1名啊，目前的头牌车手。第1名出发的是第1位头车卢佑德，卢佑德。大毛，你开 N7， 我一定会把你车砸了，好，就这么说定了。没有跟你讲，小富哥，车库够不够长不是重点，这个车直接插路边就好了，超帅。Well below the cutoff line. The cutoff line at the moment is 50 points. 好，过最后一弯是否起跑成功呢？起跑成功。And the lights are out. We are off and racing. Makes a very good start going into turn number 1. 有没有跑走呢？有没有跑走呢？完了，又是摄影车的视角。这个摄影车我觉得等一下又要出事了。Through the roller coaster and looks to the inside, runs a bit wide. He's going to lose a place. That is the number 248 cart going through. That is Canada's, no, it was Bahrain's timer here going through. But we're all safe through. In fact, Scott Riley and Maximo Castro have had a problem at the back of the pack. But you, the new Paul Sutherland. 那个车不是就真的很 low 啊，很普通啊，真的。小富哥 N7 啊 ，N7 是纳智捷啦。Yes, very consistent. Second, like you said. Joshua Graham, he has had 2 wins, but he's also had an 8th place. 好，目前来到第2圈了。In overall point standings, Udaloo and Kenzo Craigie tied on 132, with Graham on 130 and Luca Houghton, who we're going to see in the next pre-final. Joshua Graham going for a move there on Udaloo, and it looks like he's made it stick. 前3名斗很凶哎。Going in there as well on Udaloo. Yep. So Bolowet again. 看，英国人很猛哎，英国人直接用卡的。Now it's a case of finding out what Udaloo is really made of. He's going to have to get those elbows mighty sharp. Up the hill we go, on board with Tom Dussault, who completed lap number 1 in 11th place after starting 9th. But it's Graham, then Lowett. Lowett looking very, very good here, Nicole. Very strong indeed. About the 3rd place driver is Timo Youngling from the UK, and then Mika van der Pavert. 不知道是 U7 吧？纳智捷 U7 吧？不要开那个车啦，不要闹事啊！卢佑德直接被卡到第5哎。Madesh and Riley are top 15. So to apologise, I thought that Scott Riley had a problem, but his transponder simply hadn't picked up. And the Irish driver, well, are Irish eyes smiling on Scott Riley. Nicole, if you're starting in around where Scott Riley was 39th with 48 points, he's really just got to go for it. Yeah, really got to push hard now. He knows he needs these points from this pre-final to start in a good position for the final tomorrow. It looks like we've got Bolowet going for a move there on Joshua Graham. Talking to him yesterday, he's saying there's lots of overtaking opportunities around this track, and he's demonstrating that really well. Got Timo Youngling there in 3rd place. He's gone back into this battle, and it's bringing the rest of the pack now into a nice long train.
Yes, as they go up and over this roller coaster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28, about 37 cars. So it's only 36.
好，第一名呢
Joshua
是
Graham there
德
going
国
up on
人
the。inside of Boluet, quite ambitious, and it's turned
这
this
不是
front
就直接
pack
开出
into
赛道
a
了，
bit
这
of
几
a
个人。
mess.
Down the hill.
等一下问一下那个许廷浩，
going on.
问一下许廷浩，这是什么状况？哇，
Oh,
飞
we've
起来
had a
了！
bit of an incident there. Looks like a driver's gone up and over the curb. We've got a few on the outskirts of the track.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see. Was that possibly Lucas de Long?
哇，
Oh,
卢尔德
no,
被
Tom
开了个变
Strella.
第7名啊！
Was the red and white? Let's
来，
have
现
a
在
look
看
at
一
this
下
again.
replay。
We've got our camera there on the inside. Nicole said it was getting messy, and she was not wrong. There's Giacinto being
又被人家洗到。
assisted up and over the back of Strella. It looks like damage to Giacinto's cart.
哇，这个真的是点1 10台车，
also has dropped down. Now
太
we're
可
on
怕
board
了
with。Tom Dussault. Dussault up at the 9th place, following Dutchman
好，
Casper
现
Sherman.
在又是摄影车的视角。
From 16th on the grid. Casper Sherman's last year's 3rd place driver.
不知道这个永安能不能办一个夜战啊？
Really needs a good result here.
We now have Great Britain's Timo
好，
Youngling at the
卢
front.
佑
It looks
德
like he's
目
swapped
前
positions
又
with
掉
Joshua
到了
Graham, who's
第
dropped
5
to
名。
4th. We've got Boluet there in
好，我们
second.
就关注
and
我们
Mika
比较
van
熟
der
悉
Perk.
的车手。
Van der Pavert, that's the one.
好，又黄旗了，又黄旗了。
That's right, in 3rd place, Graham Behrman,
又
Yonkers,
区段黄旗。
Sherman's Dussault, Ishan Madesh up to 10th position.
好，
So
罗
India
德
trying to put one driver into the final.
差失败。
Paredes and okay, Endo Arata. He came into
后面他
this
第
race
6名的车
51st
手啊，
in
其实
points
一直
with
给
41,
佑佑很大的
9
压力，
points behind the cutoff.
一直 push 他，
However,
一直 push 他
the。Minimax champion
好，
from
这
2
个
years ago
Mini
has,
Max 的
just dropped down the order.
不更正，这个 Junior Max 的部分
Him and
是
Scott
11 圈
Riley
的
have
赛
come
事。
together. Oh, the Irishman and the Japanese driver, they were both at the moment, well, half a lap ago, they had raced their way into the final. Now they've raced their way out. It's devastation for those two drivers, but when every opportunity, well, one opportunity goes away, that gives somebody else a chance.
走横外
Yeah,
线，
we've
然后
got
交
some
换
really
线，
defensive driving going on there by Timo
有塞回
Youngling
来
as
吗
well at the front.
Yeah, is that
好
a
像
set
没有哦。
thing? Because I mean, looking at him in the points, he was 7th in the points. He's not going to
看
get
起
pole
来真
position.
的
He's
非
20
常
points
非常的
behind,
像一排火车啊！
outright
这
points
前10
leader
名
at
都
the
很像
moment.
仙女散花一样会炸开，
He's
随时都会
certainly
炸开。
backing everybody up, and Sherman's looked like he made a good move. It was that Sherman's or Van der Pavert. It was
哇
one of the Dutch drivers.
第2列的第2集团的第1台第4名，感觉车子慢下来
Yeah,
了。
Timo will know that he needs to back the drivers behind him up into a big train.
Why?
If he can get the drivers behind him to fight with each other, they start tripping over each other, and then he's in a better position then to gain a bigger lead.
卢佑德现在掉到第10名了。
The more chance there are of incidental contact, nose
开玩笑吧
Youngling's looking himself. Oh, look at this. Round the outside goes the number 284 of Sherman's on Boluet, but it doesn't quite happen. But yeah, Youngling is. Would that enter the driver's mind?
这些开 Junior Max 的人其实身材也都不小啊。
Penalties because they're all battling amongst themselves. That puts me further up the order, or is that just me being playing devil's advocate?
No, you're right. It's a mixture of a few different things. He knows the bigger the train, probably the more nose cone penalties, the more track limits, and as well the more incidents that are going to occur.
Yeah, but all
卢佑德掉到第18名呢，发生什么事情
Youngling is not like deliberately going slowly. If he could go quicker and pull away, he would.
Exactly that.
Roller coaster. Maybe we'll see, as we're on lap 8 out of 11, maybe we'll see Timo Youngling getting a little bit quicker. Already we've got a 4-cart breakaway now. It
这
can
个
change very
前6
quickly.
名的竞争啊，真的是非常的激烈。
Casper Sherman's going up the inside. Or was
Casper
that,
Schurman's up 14 positions into second place there.
Yeah, that's an incredible
好
arrival.
目前第3名是来自法国的车手汤姆。
Our camera cart is third, so Casper Sherman's, well, 31st position.
好，第2名顺利的超过，往上升。
He's absolutely having it. Dussault in second, so Dussault has just disposed Sherman's. Here we go. Are we going to see a move for the lead from our camera cart?
那个在线上我看到有蛮多的朋
We've
友同
also
时上
got
线
our
啊。
previous race leader,
来
Yuda
留个
Lu,
言，
dropped
让
down
我们知道
16
是谁
positions
在
there. He's
线上
currently
一起
sitting
看
17.
I mean, that's going to take him out of a
世界杯。
contention for a top 3 or 4 row starting position for the final. I mean, you can still win this from 10th, 12th place on back, but it will be hard. It all depends. Oh, and there's 2 drivers locked together going through the roller coaster. One of them had a yellow race suit.
Is that Bo Louette?
It was either Louette or Yonkers, possibly.
黄色的车，黄色的这个
It was Louette and Shawman. Oh dear! And there's 2 cars stopped at turn number 5. One of them is Casper Shawman's.
哇，卢勒德马上从18名又变回第10名了。
He was racing his way right up the order into a half decent start.
哇，我跟你讲，这个 pre-final 的这个斗争啊，又比昨天这个
This has worked massively
qualify
in
hit
Timo Youngling's favor as well. He's backed them all up.
差蛮多的。今天大家都是使出全力耶。
And again, this is not, that's a game plan.
拼到底
let them trip over each other. Let my rivals take themselves out of
剩下最后的2圈。
just keep them all behind.
因为大家在1号弯啊，其实走的常常都是一些手线不是很热心带的部分，都有点故意把后车的速度压下来这样子。
Santeri Leitonen from 24th up into 9th. Leitonen came into this race. I'm just trying to see where the finish driver was in points.
后面倒数第几个弯这边有挥黄旗啊，2台车出去了。
And it was De Piver and Endo. Oh, Arata Endo is out. Tom Strella is out.
好，我们今天特别啊，把这个大家的留言放在荧幕上了，放在荧幕上了，所以欢迎大家一起来留言打比赛。不然今天这个爆肝的转播行程啊，我应该会挂掉。
Yeah, there's no time to think about things. You've got very limited opportunities to overtake. You have to just try and keep it clean and make sure you're...
I mean, he has done so well. We're going on to the last lap now. Bo Louette down in 18th position. He was 5th in points. That's going to knock him back to maybe 12th or 13th on the grid for the final. Uberfeld, the long shot, Van der Pavement are all... gaining good ground. Leitonen is 9th, still yellow flags there, and those are the 2 carts of Schurmans and Ace Menchevich, both of whom will not make the final, but we're on the last lap now. Up the hill, Timo Youngling, Tom Dussault, Thomas Behrman, and the watchful eye is older brother Oliver here in the paddock, and then it's Graham, Yonkers, Uberfeld, the long shot, Van der Pavement. A very good tactical race from Timo Youngling.
尽量能够排到，我靠！尽量能够播完这个，看阿杰有没有进 final， 播完我们就下班。我刚刚看到荧幕上有救护车出现呢，应该是蛮严重的哦。我看等一下又要 delay 了。
Yes, indeed. Now, Santeri Leitonen in cart number 213.
我们来看一下这个怎么出去的。
This is the incident between Louette and Shawmans. Shawmans over the curb. They get locked together. They both got. Oh, look how close Dussault was there.
然后这个摄影车居然闪过了。高手。这摄影车运气挺好。
Shawmans did get back on the track, but then was involved in an incident about 2 corners later. I was looking down the order. We're going to see the orders here now. I'm trying to find Santeri Leitonen, 47th in points coming into that race. He had 44 points.
好，接下来呢，下一组就是 Junior Max 的 pre-final B 组。
Leitonen has finished 9th. That gives him 28 points, so that will put him on to 672. It's very nerve-wracking. Jakob Assam, who started 35th in points, he gained places to finish 15th, so he is pretty safe. Noel Sundberg from Sweden started 17th, finished 17th. It's you've been in this situation, Nicole, where you're looking to have I made the main event or not. It's the drivers will now start calculating amongst themselves, won't they?
Yeah, undoubtedly. Some of these drivers will be coming into the pits quite frantic, trying to work out the points, trying to work out where they stand.
And also looking for nose cones. Obviously, a nose cone penalty. I mean, it's a 5-second penalty. So Patrick Lipovic finishing 10th, 3.5 seconds behind the race winner. 5 seconds behind Lipovic is Mircea Patru in 25th. It can change so quickly. Now, there's a look at some of the drivers going on. There's a good hug there.
又真的不知道为什么他掉到这么后面啦。
You've been in the tent getting lots of information. What have we learned from some of our
今天这个
What's been going on behind the
高阶的部分，目前积分在第35名，然后昨天有赖他，他只要顺利的完赛，应该就没什么太大问题，就会成为台湾第一人进决赛。
He's raced in America, in Europe, and he said this event is one of a kind, really aggressive driving in the junior rotax category.
Yeah, Paredes, again, a driver, came to the grand finals last year, qualified via the Winter Trophy Series. And let's have a look there where he's one of 3 Ecuadorian drivers currently in the top 35. Number 231, Francisco, 64th last year for the 14-year-old from Ambeto. It just goes how much improvement he's made from 64 out of 72 to, well, he should make the final.
好，现在来看一下成绩 Pre-Final A， 第1名英国人，第3名又英国人啊。
Yeah, he's clearly put a lot of
134 是
work
英国人。
in this year. Was talking to him earlier on. He's done some OK rotax work really hard.
大毛说完赛就进吗？基本上他现在的位置只要 hold 住，不要往后掉。
Udaloo in 11th, so after the top 10, Daloo, Van Wyk, Nissan, Bogdanic, Assam, Paredes, Sundberg, Lowet.
哦，小霍，原来阿杰之前是有进过那个 Junior 的决赛嘛，对不对？目前 DD2 好像没有人进过决赛，对不对？
is going to be close to not making the final. He should be in. Aritman from Spain. Boss Patel, we're not going to see Boss again, but a good result. Girayupa, Baranchik, Karagianis, the superstar from Sibiu, Marco Patru, Machia will not go through. Maximo Castro, Riley, Leo Toots, Tayerna, Yunho Kim, sadly, Casper Shawman's podium last year isn't making the final this year. And a very nervous wait for the likes of Tom Strella and
大家有办法看到结束吗？今天看到结束，大概要看到3点哦。
Tom, an exciting finish in the last few laps. You're carrying
好，
our onboard
这个
camera.
法国的小弟
But tell me
弟
what happened out
第
there.
2名完赛。
Kasper Schwartzman and Le Bolowet crash on the turn 2, and I predict no, but in this corner, no overtaking, and after I have a good rims and with my
看到 Roger 的 DTM 吗？最起码都要看到2点40哦。
We find the setup and
2点多哦。
Now we can play for the win.
I think you can play for the win. Thank you so much for showing us
好，
great
下一场的
images.
这个
But also,
Junior
congratulations, you're
Pre-Final
our
B
international trophy
会有
winner
一审。
and only racing for 3 years.
Yeah, but thank you. It's fantastic, and I am excited for tomorrow.
We're excited too. Good luck, Tom.
哇，那这样子小付讲的也很好，就讲的 OK。Senior 也很棒。那阿杰如果这次也进决赛的话，就是 Junior、Senior 跟 DD2 都进过决赛，哇，那真的屌了哦。
Now, with Udaloo finishing so far down the order, pole position for the main event is up 4 grams.
没有看你要看到哪一组啊，小付哥？ 如果是 DD2 的话
Yeah, I mean, Udaloo and Bolowet both finishing down the order.
1小时后就没了。
Timo Jungling with the win,
没有，
17 points.
我想应该小付哥不想要看 Roger 好的吧？所以基本上看完周延成大概是哦也要1点。看完周延成也要1点。
Houghton on 124, Lowet on 121, Louis Coman on 115.
这也要通宵吗？要我就陪你们啦。
Anything can happen. Go hard or go home, says
谢谢大家。
He has been on a mission. Can Bahrain sneak a driver?
好，我们现在换帮伊森加油。
He's got a chance. He's got to beat Kenzo
帮伊森加油。
by 8 points. The difference between 8 points, it's 50 points for a win, 44 for second, 41 for third. Put simply, if Houghton wins and Craigie finishes third, Houghton's on pole for the final.
Yeah, Houghton qualified 27th overall after Wednesday. He's now got himself up into fourth on points.
目前泽野问说光头有没有进决赛？目前是 pre-final 他还可以跑。他除非这个 pre-final 这场要跑到大概前3吧，不然应该是就没了。因为他的 qualify 被取消最快3圈，所以基本上他就是每一节的 qualify hit 都是最后倒数第2集跑的。好，阿杰是几点哦？阿杰的话应该是下一节就是阿杰了。
Pigayev and Eggleston, Brett King and Kent Swartz are the last drivers currently qualified. In fact, Ty Mejia and Matthias Kellerup is 34th and 36th. Now the drivers on the outside looking in. Kidikovs, Soltis.
好，伊森来了。
伊
森在第11排，应该是第22位。
They've all got a real chance to call, as have the likes of Marak and Boshoff, Radenkovic, all potentially can move up. Now we got the outsiders, the drivers that
目前
really
在
this is
线
their
上
last
的
time.
各位前辈们，
Santora,
我实在是没有办法理解他们到底要怎么用那个前车的保杆顶着后车去。我的前保杆顶着前车的后保杆。
In heat number 1, you traveled all the way from France to Bahrain.
有没有起跑成功的？有，起跑成功。
Going into the first race.
哇，大家都很凶狠哎，这里。哇，出去很多台人，哇哦，撞了。
I think that might have been the number 247 car. Was it of Ivan Simeonova? We'll check that next time around. But up at the front,
又是塞内线，这个大家很凶狠呐。
I think that is Craigie has dropped back a little bit.
跑掉了呢。
And Coman has got the jump. Up the hill, it's Coman, then Luca Horton, Craigie down to third.
第1名跑掉了，好扯哦。好，现在目前第1、2、3名 OK， 4、5、6、7、8。哇，出去，这个有切西瓜的嫌疑啊。
Somebody getting their elbows out there. There's Archie Clark defending hard just in front of Christopher Alfagali, who got an exclusion yesterday for a loose rear bumper.
好，高速右弯。
Such a shame to see Fagali get disqualified yesterday.
It wasn't even the bumper wasn't even off, but the ball was loose.
我们来看目前曾诚康在什么样的位置？有没有上到第1页呢？太好了，曾诚康上到第17位，从22上到17，进了5位，终于在第1页。请看我们的荧幕左手边，看到我们中华民国的国旗啦。没错，小富哥讲的没错，不要松油。
Looks like he's just alongside Kenzo Craigie there going into.
小富没事，因为我也估计到那一场我有可能会睡着，所以 DTM 就先这样吧，看缘分，看缘分。
That's going to open up a position because he won't make the final if he finishes 33rd. Miles Baker has also dropped back. Brett King and Thiago Falavegne. Brett King was 30th in points. Falavegne was 24th. They've currently dropped back to 30th and 31st. That's going to open the door for the likes of Chen Kan Sen, who's up from 21st to 16th. To Ty Mejia, who's up from 17th to 14th, and from Hamza Al-Fayez from Jordan from 24th to 11th. We've got one driver from Jordan here. It's Hamza Al-Fayez in cart number 269, and he's desperately trying to make the final.
We've got a fantastic race start as well from the French Louis Coman, who's sitting just under a second in front of the pack behind. I'm sure he'll be looking to keep that pace up, keep that gap.
伊森还要撑8圈啊！目前伊森的位置来到第16了。如果伊森可以再往前几个位置的话，他也蛮有机会进去的哦，因为这个 pre-final 应该有进到前10的话，积分应该会领先蛮多的。
It seems though nobody wants to grab the bull by the horns. But
还有6圈，6圈。
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure Luke
再加把劲。
aware of the amount of points he needed to take that top spot, but you know we're not even halfway through the race yet.
Yes, long way to go. Lap number 4 of 11.
其实伊森今年在台湾跑 TKC， 他的速度也还算还不错。他跑这个 TKC 的速度算不错，所以应该在这个 Grand Final 这边跑起来应该不会到太吃力。他今年跑的比赛算是跑蛮多的。
Roughly, what are you doing? You doing junior rotax a lot?
跑欧洲，跑台湾，
70 miles an hour.
然后又去跑日本。
Yeah, roughly.
好，
and it
曾
also
成康
depends on
前进了
what
5
track
名
you are,
啊
'cause you get some straights that are shorter
这
than
第
others.
10名最扯，进了14个位置。
Exactly that.
They're not hanging about. Put it that way.
Definitely not.
No. Now up the hill towards turn number 9.
感谢大家的支持啊！来直播间一起聊天嘛。也要感谢我们的摄影师、我们的剪辑师小谷，让我们有这么好的平台。你看，把它都搞得很棒，可以直接来直播。然后，而且我们今天的画面啊是1080P 啊，比昨天的画质再高一点。哇，曾成康掉到19啊，这个危险了。
Keeping the high line just gives you extra run through the roller coaster.
Yeah, speaking to a lot of these junior rotax drivers as well, a lot of them have said it's quite easy to accidentally end up riding the brake on this track.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because so many corners are nearly flat out, but not quite.
Exactly
or because
that.
so many corners are so blinking scary.
I'd say for some of these drivers, a mixture of
查理说的没错。
Now we've had a battle for second.
DDN 明年可以换小富雀。
Timo Sidler has passed Alfagali. Let's have a look. The move is going up the hill. Here is Sidler running away. Oh, and that is piggyback.
有人起飞了，是谁起飞了？
I'm trying to see who that is.
直接出去了。
Oh, that was Kenzo Craigie. That was Craigie running up over the back of Sidler and Alfagali. Let's have a look as they complete lap number 7. Sidler is second, Fagali is third, Pradier is fourth. It was what was it, Derek King or Pagayev?
究竟4圈曾成康有没有机会往前呢？如果他现在的名次是20名，那可能进 final 的希望就稍微低了一点。加油啊！
Skeles, Pagayev and Derek King. One of the King twins has still got a chance of making the final. It could be Derek, but he can't drop too many more places. He started 10th, he's down to 15th. He's got Mateo Radenkovic, who's doing a great job. Keller is on the cusp. Marak and Santora, 18th and 19th, making their final bids to get into the top 36. I think Marak might have a chance for Giovanni Santora. It's probably a leap too far because Santora was all the way down in. I'm having a look for. He was down in 60th place. Yeah, 19 points off the cutoff. It's doubtful, and he's got to be in a lot more places. So Santora's had a good race tonight. Ken Swart has dropped to 23rd, and Ken Swart was only 32nd in points. There's going to be an awful lot of changing in the points system at the end of this race.
终于今天不是英国人打英国人啊！目前看起来前2名是法国人。
Let's have a look on Pradier. Actually got it back. So Pradier retook the position. He did make it stick initially, but then Pradier fought back. 4 cars battling for second. It is Pradier, then Fagali, Sidler, and Houghton. Houghton has got an advantage, but only of 1 place. And there goes Houghton at the inside. He picks up a couple of positions there.
这场地看起来是蛮好玩的。
Kenzo Craigie seems to have dropped a few positions.
Yeah, is that Craigie there in the 3rd car? He's got his defending going into turn number 1. Max Walton and Archie Clark run 6 and 7. So Australia and the United Kingdom running in 6 and 7.
哇，塞内线换线没有成功。
There's a move for the 2nd position. And
哇塞，这个要走赛道整个外面，这个应该被判吧？
For Max Walton, whose dad Chris raced the grand final several times. Now it's getting tasty. Nicole Walton and Archie Clark.
其实经过上一场的这力保，我发现啊，只有位置是最实在的。就不管你用什么方式。
Too much in this race is our race leader. He looks like he's just
不管用什么方式，就是只要你要到位置，有没有被判再说。对啊，小富哥没讲错啊。80其实它本身也有一些地区赛，那在10月份的时候。10月份的时候，其实圣雅有这边跑过一场比赛。
Pigayev, Matthias Keller up to 15th, Marak is up to 16th, then it's Seng, Meneses, Soltis. Oh, I think both King brothers might just lose out here. Derek King's dropped to 20th. Santora's down to 21st.
好，现在赛事来到最后一圈了，曾诚康又顺利走到17号，第17名了。
Sagilski, Umana Sanchez, and the rest. What are we seeing, Nicole?
啊，小富哥说12月15就有比赛，你是说80吗？不要开玩笑了吧！这年底没钱啊，今年预算花光啊，爆预算了。好，目前曾诚康是第18名。如果他能够再往前挤3个位置的话，我相信就还蛮有哇，又掉1名了。一晨加油，一晨加油，大家一起帮他按爱心好不好？按爱心帮他加油。
Horton is 5th, Craigie is 8th. Horton is 3rd, Craigie is 8th. I don't even want to guess about who is going to be on pole for the final. It could be any one of a number of drivers. Houghton, Craigie, even Thibaut Youngling or Josh Graham. But it's Louis Coleman who takes the checkered flag. A walk in the park, the Sandy Park, for Coleman. Pradier second, Houghton is third, El Fagani is fourth, Max Walton is fifth.
明年据说啦，剧透一下小道消息，因为明天 final 完他就这个 after party 应该就会宣布明年的比赛世界杯在哪里了。来，先告诉各位，在欧洲，在欧洲。
I think Matthias Keller up is going to be a bit nervous. He was 36th, gained 3 places to 15th. Then it's Marak, Meneses, Soltis, Radenkovic.
目前已经有小道消息，我已经大概知道明年的世界杯在哪里了。
20th and 27th, respectively. Thiago Falavenier, Kent Swart also not having a good race. But 3 young ladies in the race. Nicole, don't think any of them are going to make the final. However, you've been speaking to them a lot.
好，下一个比赛，下一个比赛。DD2 Senior.
Experience for them all, and they've all done themselves very proud.
Yeah, they've definitely done themselves, their families,
小
teams,
富哥
countries
说
really proud.
欧洲
Those
该
girls
不会
that's
是
at
意
home
大利
watching
的
them.
Sano 吧？我没有说不是啦，我只能说我没有说不是 Sano 啦。
No, definitely not. You're always going to go home despondent if you've missed that final. Everybody wants to be in there, but I think in a few weeks'
这个
time
场
they'll
地啊，
sit
不知道
back,
Sano 是
know
不是
that
也
they
是上
deserve
次
to be
那
at
个
this event and
熊哥他
will
们
be
有去
aiming to
过
be
的
here
那个。
again next year.
Exactly. Well, speaking of next, we have got the next raft of races. Nicole Sutherland, thank you very much. You're going to go back to the tent. I know you're going to be doing a lot more research out there. Have you, it's looking very, very close. Any one of a dozen drivers can win this class, can't they?
Yeah, it's a grand finals. You watch every year, and it's always a big fight. Just because the pole man's on pole,
好，
not
恭
necessarily
喜
going to win it.
Pole position means not nothing.
医生目前完赛，好，安全完赛就是有积分。
In the grand finals. See you tomorrow, Nicole. Thank you very, very much. And
哲也说披萨要加凤梨，就跟我这次去美国一样，就是我姐夫问我说，你们知道披萨加凤梨很好吃吗？我就说我不懂为什么，到底为什么披萨要加凤梨 ？I don't like it, OK？
to
我
this
不喜欢
grand
吃夏
final.
威夷披
Just
萨，
12 tickets.
你们喜
Other
欢吃吗
nations have been given 12 tickets as well. However, 16 drivers from the UK
小富哥
actually
，Sano 是
qualified
这
for
个
this
之前
event overseas.
光头
They
跑
won the
过的
European
Sano 吗？
Championship. They won the BNL Championship. They won the US Trophy Final in
好玩
many
吗？
different
那个赛
classes.
道？
And that is why the UK
哎呦
suddenly has all these. And of course, the way the rotax events are structured, the international
第
trophy
3名啊，
tickets
这个
take
Luca
precedence
是
over
地主
national
80队啊。
So, for example, Ethan Jeff Hall won the international trophy in senior rotax. Then
好，
finished
曾
second
成康，
in
曾
the
成康
British Junior
21名
Rotax
，21名
His British ticket then went to the next best placed driver in
非常的
the
可
British
惜啊，
Championship.
刚刚一度有
That
上
is
到
how
第
it
16名了
works.。So that's why you've ended up with a couple of drivers, obviously from the UK, who finished 4th and 5th in the British Championship. They got the ticket because, quite simply, the top 3
还好
had
小富
already
哥，我们
won international
我
level
们是一样的，
tickets.
我们不喜欢这个什么
BNL, the
披
international
萨加
trophy,
什么
US
凤梨啊，
trophy final, through
不
other
合
events
理
like
好不
that.
好？
So that is, there's certainly no favoritism on BRP Rotax's part towards the UK. It just
其
so
实我觉得
happens
今
that
年
at
医
the
生跑
moment,
的比赛蛮
British
多的，
drivers
那
and their
进步的
teams
进步
are
的，这
getting
算
it
是
done
有
all
目共
across the
睹，
world.
好吧？我们在这边还是
Saw
鼓
the
励一下医
results
生，
there.
明年
Picked
继
out
续
your
加油。
favourites. Joining me in the commentary box now for the 2 DD2 pre-finals. Once again, Hungary's Zombor Kovacs. How are you, Zombor?
Hello
那
everybody.
个
I'm
南艺啊，
good.
你的
Thank
南
you
艺
very
很
much.
脏很乱，是
Oh,
不
the
是？
ultimate class. They're on the circuit now. This is
好
pre-final A.
，Pre-final
The
A
cutoff in the points is
DD2 的
54
Max
points at the moment.
Senior
Look at the starting lineup.
这个
Bakalini,
Max 的 DD2
Viros,
Senior
Moazzi, and Barbaru.
已经出完
They're
暖
all
胎了。
safe. They just want to guarantee a good starting place.
我们
for
看一
the
下阿
final.
杰排在第几个位置
The Room, Maulam, Savalio, and Hip. Likewise, a bad result will mean they
阿杰是不是
start
A
towards
组
the back of the
Pre-final
final, but
A
they're
组
pretty safe. Then the next group: Pania Diaz, Rosina, Burstings, Ambrosio, Montesinos, Guerin, Cherian, and Pernod. They're the ones on tenterhooks. A bad
好，目
result
前
takes them
排位
out.
对
Yakov
A 组
and G Cow
第
similar.
18
Now
名
the
17名
drivers
左右
who would need a good
9
result to
28嘛
get in to the top 36. Vida,
好，我们
Friedel,
来一起帮阿杰加油，快点，快点，快点！
Takano and
留言。
Kirkilt. Now we get to the group of drivers that need pretty much a miracle. But miracles can happen, especially if you're as fast as Harrison Hoey and Daniela Ora. Then you've got the outsiders: O'Leary, Bedard, Principali, Passador. It's the end of the road for a lot of these drivers. Smith, Mie,
Sano
Also,
赛
and
道是
Westerlaken. They
小
just
富
want
哥
to
说
end
，Sano
their
赛道
grand
是非常
finals
向
on a
往的，
high
直线
note.
底 KZ 可以
Yes,
到
exactly.
160
For。sure, they will try to do
赛
their
道很
best.
窄，
We
好
will
像
see
屌啊！
what the race is
好，我们
gonna
来
be
看一下
bringing
这
for
个
us.
DD2，我
So
干这个
we
个
come to
第
the
2名的
line
车手
of
辣很
14
多哎
race, no，
好
start,
好险，
no
这个重
start.
新起跑，
So it
不然
gives
我
the
真的会
chance.
觉得很莫
You've
名
got
其
a
妙
driver。in E20, Mr. Dyak. How was he looking before his pre-final?
We made some setups on the card, so
来喽来喽，现在
better
是
for him.
我
We'll
们
see. I
的
think he's
高
confident,
捷
so
欧
he's
风车队
gonna
的高
try his
捷
best to
，Chinese
come
Taipei
forward.
中华代表队。
So a restart. Now we're getting through these races, thick and
高
fast.
捷上场喽，他的位置在第9排第18名。
Excuse me while I just choke on
哦，我
some,
昨天有跟他讲，他只要往前大概3到5名就妥了。但是他如果想要在 final 的位置好一点，他相信他
What a shame.
一
What
定
a
想要
shame.
逃离这个摇滚区，因为他昨天有跟我讲说他在最摇滚的那种摇滚区，最摇滚的那种。
Talk amongst yourselves while the commentator dies. Here we go, we're back.
他还是蛮紧张的啦。
Looking at the points, you are so Benedict Vida. What have you spoken to him? How's his mood in the Hungarian camp? What has he? What have you told? Well, what has the team told him he has to do?
We talked yesterday a bit. He said he's struggling with engine-wise. Hopefully, I think they
好，
saw
目
it.
前又来到对位
So I
喽。
think he can go for a good result and then make it to the
好
finals for sure.
有
It's
人在
gonna be
指
tough,
挥，
but he's
你
gonna
慢一
try
点，
his
你
best
慢
to
一
do
点，
that.
你慢一点，这样子在指挥，
Is now
如何？
for
这个第3排的人拉太远了吧？有没有灯灭起跑？哇，灭了！有人射出来！哇！可以吗？可以吗？大家都是有经验的高手啊，不要撞啊！
Barbaru and Maulam run next. It's a clean start, but Darua, let's just tell you, Zendaru qualified
出到线外了。
He then raced his way up to 7th, 5th, and 6th in his 3 heat races.
好了，我们来看一下红包赛车服啊，大红色的赛车服在哪里
？We will see, but at the moment his pace looks alright. So I still okay the first lap. So we're gonna see how he will end. But I think he could. You can do the same to attack and still somehow save the tire. So I think he's experienced in this one.
Yeah, there's Harrison Hoey in the
有看到吗
green and yellow Team Australia race.
哇，撞了，翻车了
And that is a turn number 13. We saw that unfold, and we'll just look back there.
第13号弯翻车了。高杰目前上到第15名吗？没有错 ，OK， 闪过这个事故，恭喜他。我们又在首页看到 Trace Taipei 的中华民国的国旗了。
There goes Harrison Hoey through the screen. He's up 4 places to 21st. Now, Harrison Hoey qualified in the top 10, then got excluded for having his tyres on the wrong direction, and then raced his way up there. He's got 41 points. The cut-off, that is 13 points off the cut-off. He's going to need help in terms of drivers in the top 36 having issues, whilst at the same time.
好，看到高杰了，应该是没有问题。他跟别的车还有一点点空间跟距离，应该算是可以安全的，只要他的速度维持稳定就可以了。
But there's a big group of carts here, so Bacaglini has gone as usual. Leonardo Bacaglini, he's
好，第1名一样跑掉了哈。
He's able to save his tires. Muazzi second.
中段这边比较有点混乱。好，阿杰顺利的过这个左弯。
who's having a very good grand finals, and it's Maulam, Savalio.
好，这个大会摄影机最常做慢动作的位置。好，现在来到下坡的右弯接左弯，再接一个右弯要接回头，接直线。
Have got a driver. Well, Zhikao is 35th in points, but if he stays in 15th, that
哇，这边大家都是在1号弯前都做很多要攻击的动作。目前最速单圈已经来到了52.9。
Rasmus qualified 6th, then finished 30th and 35th, but came through to take second.
哇，这个其实我觉得这个回头弯很怪哎，大家其实都已经有超出赛道的范围了。
Rasmus is not yet out of contention.
Exactly, for sure.
The island of Taiwan.
Yesterday helped him a lot. We could see it on the points as well. So if he's able to finish on a high, for sure he can, I think, make it.
高杰上升3个位置。
But again, after I think 2 crashes.
加油！我希望他这一场 Pre-Final 可以在第10左右完赛，明天的位置可能会再往前一点点。我们一起来打这段话好了。The Island of Taiwan.
So it's not impossible yet, for sure.
Now, Peru's lady driver, Daniela Ora, is up 4 places to 22nd position. She had a retirement from one of her races. Daniela, the South American champion, came into this race 51st in points. She's not going to make the final.
高杰目前掉一个位置，第16位。
Well, she's had a 12th place finish. So when things are going well for her, she's very
因为
fast.
我这边看不到那个判罚这些内容，所以不知道刚刚其实有很多次的车辆都有4轮出现，不知道有没有被判罚的问题。
Pastori Max Jaeger is out of his carton. Okay. Kane Cherian from the UAE. He started
都算是相对的安全。不过我看起来他们的车辆动态好像都有一点点滑。查理哥，我们不能爆雷剧透。明年赛道在哪里？但是我们刚刚上面讨论过了。好，高杰进步2个位置，在第16名。他前面那个有进步6名的是蛮厉害的哦。
There's a move going into turn number 12. I think that was Virus and Barbaru squabbling over 5th position. If you're Moazzi and Daru, you know that you're not going to catch him, so you just have to make sure you're not getting any pressure from behind, and you're just sort of cruising along.
目前的圈数来到一半，跑了7圈。
Sure, just finish the race on a high, because it's still second and third place, so it's not. It's pretty much at the front, so for sure it gives them a lot of points to even get more.
阿杰通过这个回头弯。
Now, so Virus is still 5th. Gianluca Savalio runs 6th. We follow.
先不要斗啦，这些中段班的朋友赶快往前追啊！大家才有机会再把秒数往前追啊！不然前排头排车手都跑掉了。
2 years ago,
yeah. 2 years ago you drove here. Yeah, what's the part of this circuit where the driver can really make the difference?
I quite like the first half of the race. Let's say the first sector, because it's pretty much like a driving section. So, and if you mess up the first corner, then you are not in the right position to make the second one. So I would say that could make the biggest difference.
Yeah, again, you get a bit between your teeth.
对，刚刚小富哥讲的没错，就是说卡丁车应该是没有抓这么严，不然像力宝的闪电弯，大家都塞这么里面，看起来也是4轮就出现了。
Can make the difference, yes.
Down the hill, well.
没有卖关子啦，我们要等官方公告嘛。我们讲的也不一定准，万一讲错，我们就很尴尬啦。排气管喷掉，爽，直接炸隧道的炸。好，高杰上到第15名。
is going to make the final. The race is quite spread out, so whether he can gain many more positions, we're on lap 9 out of 14. There's Baccaglini, there's Moazzi, Derua. The first real battle is between Pania Diaz there and Virus, the Spaniard and the Estonian driver. But even those two, they're not, they're content to sit behind one another, aren't they?
Yes. Virus has a really nice speed. It's actually good to see Pernia Diaz making the mistake from yesterday, because he had some engine problems as we were watching.
Yes.
I think so. So it's good to see that he can be up there again.
Yes, he qualified 12th, and then had an 11th place finish, a 12th place finish, and a 7th place finish. So he's got top 10 pace. Savalio runs, Gianluca Savalio from Toronto runs in 7th. Brogio, Hip, Racina, Burstins, top 10. Fridel, Guerin, Barbaru, Montesinos, Exton, Pernod, Gicao. On the cusp, he's dropped down to 17th as Gicao. Maulam is 18th. Daniel Maulam, the athlete. He started the day 11th in points. He's going to be in the final, but this is not a great race. Harrison Hoey up to 19th. It ain't going to be enough for the Aussie, but driver number 448, the 21-year-old from Loganholme, who's a bit of a rugby league fan. Well, he's also a cricket fan. He might be bold-legged before here, but it's not after he's hit a couple of sixes out of the park, showing the world what he can do.
目前我觉得前3名的比赛没什么好看的，因为前3名的距离拉得太开了。不知道为什么这个起跑可以让他跑掉，那这个头车也是蛮厉害的。
Is going to be close. Leonardo Principali has gained plenty of places, but he's too far back to qualify. Bedard, Masado, Mie, Kverkilt, Ora, O'Leary, Smith, Westerlaken,
你看哦，刚刚从这个小副歌讲说有人掉排气管到现在，居然没有被挥下来耶。
Max Jaeger also is out of the race, so Kane Cherian definitely won't qualify at the moment. Looking down at some of the drivers who are doing well, Masado has gained a few positions. Might be enough. He's 41st. Benedict Vida, Friedel for sure is in. I think G Cow is also.
高级又回到第18名了，没关系，安全完赛就好。
He's just gone purple again in sector number 1. So is this a case of
有可能可以吊车尾进哦。
doing this, or is when you're in such a rhythm that you know you sometimes it's easier to just carry on giving it 100%.
Yes, it's never easy to say that it's either you save the tires, but still when you do that you can be the fastest as well. So that's what we can see on Leonardo, and he's doing it really good.
Yeah, because you know every once in a while, if you cut back to say 95%, that's when the concentration level can potentially just flicker off temporarily.
Yes. But at the moment he's doing it really good. So
there's a yellow flag. There was a yellow flag on the lighting, or the yellow light on the lighting gantry there, and that's Daniela Ora, who has stopped somewhere on the track. Ora, the Peruvian lady, let's have a little look, the driver number 406, the 17-year-old from Lima, won the South American International Trophy this year. Sadly, she will not make the grand finals as we come down the hill. Baccaglini's actually catching.
哇，感谢小副哥的提示。当然，我有一年也是掉排气管，但是有完赛，还是要看怎样。就是应该是说，只要没有影响到别人，然后没有掉件，应该就是可以，对不对？
Let's have a look. Where did Ruben Kirkill finish? He was 8th in this class last year, 5th as a senior back in 2016.
Last lap.
Just goes through sometimes the luck is just not with you, and. Well, Kirkill has got the leader behind him.
小副哥真的是关注这个卡丁车多年呐，卡丁车老前辈，有什么问题？卡丁车教科书问你就对了。
For Leonardo Baccaglini, because it seems that if he gets through turn number 1 in the lead, he's gone.
It's not going to be easy for sure, because as soon as he's in the rhythm, it's really hard to catch him. We can see it's almost like an impossible job. So we will see.
King Cherian crossed the
Number
line
17
there. He is going to complete his race. But there you go, checkered flag for Leonardo Baccaglini by 3 seconds. And look at that on the last sector. Baccaglini does a personal best sector. You know, tyre conservation is not in his mindset, but maybe he doesn't need to conserve the tyres. His cart's that good.
Exactly, as we can see it, if he's still fast, even if he's saving tires or not. The pace is there.
高杰呢往前进一个位置，然后前面有人掉10个位置。可是呢，看起来也有大家都有往前进位置，所以所以也很难讲啊，这个分数到底有没有进决赛，也真的蛮难讲的。好，大家都有往前进，然后也有几个人往后退。哎呀，我真替他紧张了，替他紧张了。好，我们下一个比赛的呢，也是 DD2 的 Pre-Final B 组。Pre-Final 完之后，就接着等待光头王周延成的 Senior。
To be honest, it didn't happen to me a lot of times, and I think to nobody as well.
It doesn't happen very often in anyone's career where everything is just perfect.
Because let's see, if you have like an 80% of a car, then you need to put that 20 driving-wise and speed-wise to make it to 100. So maybe he's doing it the most at the moment.
I know, he just looks at. I mean, it's also, what else do we notice? I mean, this is the. They've been here testing since when did we pick up the karts? Monday was practice, so it's now Friday. They've been on these karts for 5 days. What do you notice about Baccaglini's kart?
中间他一度有遇到乱流，第9圈的时候跑到54名，然后呢第12圈的时候状况还可以，有跑到529。 那我觉得应该是乱流来自于这个第8、第9
follow him. He didn't even have to fight that hard. So as soon as he started, he just got into the rhythm and just drive away.
可惜，非常的可惜。好，我们画面上看到的呢是已经回来的 DD2 Pre-Final A 组。
Then it is Hip, Borussia, Rosina, Rasmus Fidel.
然后我们去这世界杯，其实每年也是大家在争奇斗艳，看互相彼此的赛车服。其实赛车服大家都是蛮有特色的。那还记得我上次去的时候，跟这个贺正全交换了他的 USA 的赛车服。
And you know, back home in the UK now is Tiff, and again a big hike Tiff, and hope that Mike is behaving himself. Not getting himself into any trouble.
好，现在来
William
看一下
Exton
成绩。
from 22nd to 14th. That could be enough. It's going to be a tight one though for Exton. Montesinos should be in. Mowlam should be in. G-Cow. Well, Roger Young and co. G-Cow, I think, has probably made the final. Barbaroo dropping to 18th.
好，刚刚这个 Henry 有讲说，G 靠应该是看起来是可以进决赛了。
But not quite where he
恭
wants
喜啦！
And of course, with Bacaglini doing so well, if you're not
是
in the
的
top 2 or 3 rows, you're
我那
toast.
件是跟贺正全
Yes,
换的。
it's not gonna be an easy task for everybody.
No, now you've got Hoey, Masado,
去年的
Mie,
USA 是
Bedard,
白色的，
Jacobs,
今年的
and the
USA 是
rest. So
深蓝
your
色的。
favourite Jen Wade is down in the pits.
Philip, great result for you tonight. Obviously, you're looking to get the maximum points.
这个
but
这个
now,
长得蛮
how
帅
are
的
you。feeling?
Yeah, I'm very tired for sure, but yeah, must to go to the technique. This is a good.
他是
It's
Philip，
a good reason. So yeah.
收底的欧洲场
Been
队哦。
fast all the time since you've been here, but a couple of the other drivers, like Leonardo, are also fast. So
我们刚刚看到画面背后有一个就是走路比较怪怪的车，那个技师走过去嘛。其实呢，去年我们去世界杯的时候，这个技师也有去。我没记错的话，他应该是挪威的技师。
So yeah, this is not the big.
然后这个挪威的技师呢，妈的，这个小白啊，周雨生啊，张宏瑞啊，他们就在那边笑这个技师，真的是很
But you know
地
some of the
狱。
drivers already, don't you? Because you race against them often.
Yeah, no. Normally.
那个小富哥，你是大胡子，他是小胡子。
Each other all really good.
对，今年的赛车服，我觉得普遍看起来就真的是蛮普通的。
Liebe Grüße nach Österreich und alle Wolfsberger, die das anschauen, das Rennen. Ich hoffe, ihr habt ein bisschen Spaß dabei und liebe Grüße nach Österreich.
Thank you. Vielen Dank. Bis morgen.
Oh.
Well, I mean, apart from his mustache, which is
妈的嘞，
very
真的
debatable
陈祥林，我
indeed.
跟你讲，你们这真的太地狱了。
We've got one race to go. There's a look at the VIP
小白、张
club.
宏瑞，你，然后看真的太好笑了，一直笑人家小儿麻痹。
Jakob Bazell, Axel Sanyala, Rasmus Vendelbo.
没有，就是这个挪威的这个技师啊，他的腿应该是有问题的，然后走起来就100的。 然后100还不是摆一边，它是左右一起摆。然后呢，你知道年轻人嘛，他们就开玩笑，然后就很故意就说，看这个，对，就笑人家肢体障碍这样子啊。
I think these drivers are experienced, so they can either start from both sides. So for them, I think it doesn't matter.
好累，我上午睡觉了。
Here's a look at our timing and scoring partners.
我们最起码要撑到
Our graphics and our timing and scoring partners come from Kart Data, providing you with all
光头完
the
跑完
pictures are based
好不好？
just behind that open door there. So Andreas and the team at
真的坏
Kart Data, as
你知道
always, bring us
我
some
真的是
wonderful
当下
pictures
我真
here
的
from
是
the grand finals. Here,
要憋笑嘛，
now
身为我们一
we're
个
gonna see
对
some
不对？
wonderful racing. Bazell,
身为我们一
Sanyala,
个这个
Vendelbo,
国家代表，
Frost Bay, Bazell, a former podium winner here in the grand finals. Sanyala, a former champion in seniors.
但是我觉得那个挪威的脚掰咖的技师也真的是蛮厉害的。那不知道为什么他有这个症状啦，但是就是 你看他连续几年都有去，代表他应该是蛮强的这个技师，不然他怎么可能？他班车都有问题呢。
He's been a grand finalist several times. 26th last year, 30th in 2021. He had his best result as a Minimax driver in 2017 at Portimao.
哲也，你说别人年轻人，你才年轻，好不好？全场目前你最年轻哎。
What do you remember about that day in Sarno 2016, finishing behind Mark Kimber, but being on the podium for Hungary?
Yeah, it was a lovely day. Really, it's
好
，my best memory from, of course, from my
DD2
career.
Pre-Final 要出发了。
I arrived like
30 seconds of penalty to the final,
so we didn't really expect that. We were just, I think I was starting from 13 or 15, somewhere around inside row, and we just wanted to do our best, and it worked out.
Now, people say, what happens to the go-karts? All these go-karts are brand new. At the end of the finals, the factory sell them on. You can purchase them. I know that Scott Marsh bought the car that got him junior final glory last year. You get the kart, for a week.
圣雅的技师他可以在第35名出发。第1名453的 Jacobs 非常非常的飞快。好，这是我们去年在葡萄牙的世界杯的场地，漂亮。舒服。好，出发了，DD2 出发了。
Seb Boyd from South Africa and Bent Zabo from Hungary are next. Race Liberante from the United States will start on row number 244. The inside of row 4 for the Indianapolis-based driver.
哇，南非车手第3排啊，美国车手第4排。
Millwall played my team Cardiff yesterday, so you can't win them all, Harry. You're not going to win tomorrow. On the pitch anyway, might do on the track. Then it's
完蛋了，有人车发不动了。哇，塞英良嘞。
The 27-year-old from Helmond in the Netherlands is not getting away.
It's not getting away.
Dear, dear, let's have a look. Will she get off the line?
Oh
Here is a look at some of the drivers who are fighting for their grand finals, like Tosic, Batoon, Kolmanic. Najem, Gonzalez, Guillaume, Imke Arts was supposed to be next.
第14排有梅亚车手。
Artemonov, Olsanic, Pablo Rico, Armstrong, Herrera, Hartman, Nakamori.
好，他可以在倒数出发，他可以加油，往前冲啊！我们帮我们认识的人都加油。
Imke Arts finished 54th last year, 51st.
有没有起跑成功呢？这个赛事总监 OK 过。
And we are off and racing minus Imke Arts and minus Takahiro Nakamori from Japan. Devastation. But the rest of you, they're all very much crossed up, and a big incident going through turn number 4 down the hill. We saw that starting, somebody getting unsettled, then getting turned around. There's dust and sand flying. We'll see who was. That was Race Liberante. Liberante, Braken, and Matt Taskinen, all involved in that. Further back, Josh Batoon was held up. So was Alejandro Gonzalez, Artemonov, Oslanek, and the rest. That's blown the field wide open behind the front runners. But as they come down, let's have a look.
看一下他可以上到第几名。
Yeah, Race Liberante just clipped the curve. That's why he made an outside, and then.
Oh, this cart's going up and over.
Oh my God, 是他可以没出去吗？不是吧
？Nose cone ripped off. It was. We're lucky there was not a bigger incident. All credit to Race Liberante for keeping that cart straight. And there's been it's been carnage.
Wow.
Carts
可能退赛啊。
off the side.
后面又是全部黄旗 ，Oh my God.
Cart on the inside.
这一组很激烈是吗
？29 of the 34 starters still running. Make that 30 as Gonzalez crossed. Braken is out. Artemonov, Oslanek and Lucas Hartman goes through, making it 31 drivers.
Yes, we could see. I'm quite happy for Banda at the moment because he's at P3
他可以没有
from
出
P6
发
and the speed is looking quite
应该
good
说
so
他可以
far.
已经退赛了。
I'm cheering for Team Hungary.
哇，很可惜，很可惜，他可以真的实力很强。我们在台湾都看过他的实力了。小富哥说他可以常拿过X30世界杯 Master 第3。
Further back, okay, Matt Taskinen from Canada, 30th in points, and now he's only
真的，我以后有任何卡丁车相关的东西，我会第一个问小富哥。小富哥完全都可以回答你，所有答案超强。
Should still make the final. Race was in 14th place in points, so he's safe. But again, now he's going to be starting down at the back.
Yes, that's for sure. That's not what happened. What he wants.
是一个会调车跟开车的车手。
That's we can call racing as well.
我觉得
not
看他在帮 Roger 弄东西的时候，还有红伞弄东西的时候，我就发现说这个技师啊，有做事还蛮细致的。
Luke Armstrong is 20th. Maurizio Herragama is 22nd. They've all gained a dozen places. Kian Grottis is up 10 places to 26th. They're not going to.
大毛哥，你明明就开过X30。
Raphael Reese is the closest driver. Reese,
你不是在大卤蛋开过X30吗？
The drivers that we're really looking for. Adrian Lillo Romero, Martin Freer. So Lillo Romero is up to 12th place. That's good for him. And Martin Freer is 19th. That's nervous. That is not great for Freer, but he's got 10 laps to go. Meanwhile, Bazell leads Sanyala, then Zabo. Zabo looking very strong.
之前来新加坡比赛的对手，我都查到他本意是啥，所以本身小富哥是调查局就对了。不要得罪小富啊！哎，新加坡有办过比赛吗？新加坡有卡丁车场吗？小富哥。哦，大毛开 Max 吗？好像我一直开过 Max。
Yes, for sure he's happy, and at the moment he was sitting 32nd before the race, and he made up some ground. So
now, yeah. So put yourself in Omar Alderweireld seat. You knew that you needed a good start.
好，
you avoid the accidents.
我们
you gain places.
哦 ，XK 是 DNS 哦，有2台车没有出发哦。我们来看一下，光头王是不是下一场呢？
Finish as high as I can.
Yes, indeed. Have faith in your ability. Your ability of being a champion has got you here. Now you must have a bit your faith to, like, if I go for a move, it's going to work. Not drive. If you're driving scared, then you've already lost the battle, aren't you?
Yes. Then you're not really a racing driver anymore. So you need to have confidence in yourself.
Now, up the hill.
好，我们目前的赛事是 DD2 的 Pre-Final B 组，下一个是 Senior 的 Pre-Final A 组跟 Senior Pre-Final B 组。
Zabo could have forced the move. Now he has to defend, but a good bit of respect there because Vendelbo, didn't force the issue, but it is given Jakob Bazell a chance to break clear.
Yes, we could see. Banda was not really committed to that.
新加坡有个赛道叫 KF1， 现在是不是新加坡玩车的人已经少很多了？
But I suppose in a good way, he didn't squeeze Sanyala.
哦哟，哎，这个刚刚这个塞内线蛮狠的哦。这个第2集团大家斗得非常的凶，完全没有任何的缝隙啊。
Hannum down the hill towards turn number 8, and it's Hannum, Alejna, Boyd, and Van Leeuwen next in line. So again, Benzamo, he has now dropped back to 4th position. Has he lost another place there? No, he's still there in 4th.
然后赛事来到7圈了。好，这一个组别我们比较没有认识的人。
Sitting right on his rear bumper.
Yes, now he put himself a little bit of a risky place.
新加坡人玩这还是要去马来西亚？对，其实新加坡去马来西亚真的是偏方便。但是据我所知，他们其实也很少开车到马来西亚。他们真的都还是搭飞机去，因为毕竟飞马来西亚1小时也很近。 没错，就跟以前的港澳人士啊，都去珠海玩才爽啊。白天骑车，晚上唱歌。去珠海就要去中山呐，中山有个卡丁车场。然后中山那边也有一个珠海赛车场。查理哥大湾区的扛把子嘛，真的想起10年前在珠海打混的时候，就是开心，真的是蛮爽的。好了，我们现在来统计一下这个亚洲杯有哪几位人士要去，来举手一下。第一名又拉开了秒差了，安全。这些有进 final 的车手，明天的这个 final 的轮胎状况应该会蛮滑的吧？前面大家都斗成这样子了。
Just lost it all.
Yeah, he's lost a couple of seconds. Boyd has lost a lot more. We'll see what happens when they cross the line. Boyd comes across the line.
香港应该是去澳门也方便。是蛮方便的。我后来那个澳门啊，有出一个这个港珠澳大桥，其实他去澳门跟去珠海时间上来讲，我是觉得差不多啦，大概差半小时而已。因为他刚落成的时候，我去过一趟，我直接从港珠澳大桥过去。
Yes, indeed. It's really nice result. I think that's what you want to fight for. If you know you are P40 and on the limit of getting into the finals, you just want to attack and go forward.
Yeah, Alderaan runs in 16th place.
快点啊！这个目前的这个直播间里面，大家可以约啊，看要去哪里啊。不然在台湾都只开，对不对？力宝跟永安，你们大家都开腻了吧？是不是？今天就有人在揪雪邦啦。其实住小富哥说婶婶住在香港，对澳门很熟，真的是澳门没什么好的，就是酒店多，我觉得 hotel 多，饭店多，5星饭店多，赌场多，没了。吃东西也很普通，真的很普通，非常普通。港式还是要去香港吃。
2 laps to go. There goes Hannum, and here's a good battle for the minor placings. Al-Lajna in 7th.
好，目前的这个 DD2 Senior B 组还有2个圈圈就可以跑完了。第一名拉开很大的秒差，安全会第一名跑完。第二集团比较狂，黏在一起。
36 coming in. He's doing okay.
So at the moment they are looking all right, and by the time we are speaking of this, maybe Axel still have some time to fight for the win as well against Jakub, because he is just catching up lap by lap.
The gap is closing, and the top 5 will start the penultimate lap pretty much nose to tail.
其实马来西亚的烧腊也是很好吃哦。马来西亚的烧腊非常的正宗，因为他们都是广东人去的。马来西亚的这个烧肉啊，脆皮烧肉真的是入口即化。
Yes, it can happen that these tires are heating up pretty quickly because of the weight and the speed of the.
请问有没有人有用过这个超级留言收益？超级留言好像是要付钱的，是不是？有人可以抖内先付个钱吗？我们先感受一下人生第一次被超级留言是什么感觉，好不好？昨天这个查理哥问的。
Everyone's thinking about Bacaglini. Sanyal looks over his shoulder. Will we see Jakob Bazel start the defend as we begin the final lap? Zabo has a pair of Danes behind him, Vendelbo and Frost Bay.
放心啦，没有问题的。
Ben Zabo does not want to be
大毛，我突然想起来，上次你朋友也是马来西亚人吧
？Out of turn number 6, Zabo's going to have to defend, isn't he?
Yeah, that's 100% for sure. You need to really watch out for the third place.
小富哥说去过马来跟新加坡交界那里，这个地方叫做新山，新山的后。
Bazel's got the line through to
新山呢，新山人讲台语也蛮多的。
Bazel's going to have to defend. He does defend. Does he go too deep? Can Axel Sanyala get the crossover? He tries. Not
最后一个弯粘屁股，
very close.
有超过成功吗？好像是没有。
By 0.2, no 0.07 of a second, and again you saw him defend. He ran a little bit wide going into turn number 12 or coming out of turn number 12. It stopped his momentum slightly, but not
这个第11名超强哎，往上干17。
Not that much, yeah. Sarniala didn't.
哦，我们感谢汉堡，我们获得了人生第一个超级留言。感谢汉堡。哇，人生解锁，这个要先截图，怎么截图？有人可以帮我截图一下吗？我不太会。哦，有人支持我们了，太开心啦
！Yes, top 10, I think, obviously, more or less. So yeah, I'm quite happy for him. So at this is his first grand final. So
yes.
So for that, it's really good result.
Well, he's in exalted company, is Ben Zabo, Bazel, Sanyala, Vendelbo, Frost Bay, all highly experienced Grand Finals competitors. Harry Hannon finishes 6th. Great result for the Lion. And there is
哇，这是英镑是不是？哇
Pablo Rico going across the line.
获得英镑
Finished down in 26th. He was actually the last driver still running. So we'll take you through the running the finishing order. Hanham in 6th, then Van Leeuwen 7th, the 2021 champion.
好，我们下一个组别就是 Senior 组 ，Pre-Final A, Senior Pre-Final A.
Probably won't be enough to get him into the final, but he ends his grand finals on a high note. Gonzalo Coutinho from 20th to 12th. That should be enough for Gonzalo.
Winner, Saudi Euro 场队
Martin Friere,
Jackber.
he should be in the final for Ecuador. Christopher Najem, 15th
这个是
place.
我看一下什么
for the Lebanese driver. Zombo shaking his head. No, you're right, Zombo. But then you
荷兰队
it's going to be a very
荷
nervous.
兰队
Martin Chinovskis should be okay. Now, if you're Matt Taskinen and Omar Alderreon, you've just finished 17th and 18th, you've got to pray for 2 things. Number 1, no nose cone penalty. Number 2, that you have just scraped in by the skin of your teeth. It's going to be a very nervous wait for those 2 drivers. Then outside the top 18, Herrera
现
Gama,
在啊，这个
Guillaume,
当地时间是来到晚上的6点40分左右，跟着6点50分左右。这一场呢，应该也会有 Uncle 疯狂 Roger 来帮忙做播报。好，成绩公告 ：Max DD2 Senior 组，第1名荷兰 Saudi Euro 场队，第2名是芬兰，第3名是 Italian。
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you for the final tomorrow. Okay, as you look at the race results, we'll be back very shortly. The next race is going to
我们
be
期待这个光头王可以往前冲刺啊！
So we may hear from Jen Wade, we may not, but if not, we'll be back very shortly with the next race in about 5 minutes' time.
Harry, we were just talking. It's quite incredible. Your first DD2 event, and it's the grand finals, but fantastic result.
Yeah, it's definitely like a hard one to throw myself into. But no, it's definitely a lot of fun. A new style of driving. Had to learn for this, but no, it's been fun. Like to race against the older guys, experienced guys.
You're racing against some of the best drivers in the world. Martin Van Leeuwen right behind you.
哇，谢谢小富哥。
He was right behind you today. I'm sure he will be one, knowing he raced here as a junior also. But what's it like? I mean, you've been here before, you know it. You're based in the Emirates, and suddenly you're up against these guys, and it's got 2 gears.
Yes, well, no, I'm not really obviously I live in the region. This is my first time here, so like learning a new car, new track, same time, it's obviously very hard. But yeah, to race against obviously these champions already, it's definitely like always keeping me under pressure.
Of course, you like it.
Yes, definitely great fun.
And you have to say hi because all the girls and guys from Elaine Raceway are watching on, and they said please say hi to us. So hi. Anyone else you want to say hi to?
他说很多女生在看他跑比赛。
Mum, my brother, and then my 2 grandparents are staying at my house at the moment.
Okay, well done, really well done.
真的是找到帅哥就这样哈。不会，大家开心，大家看开心。好。 Pre-final A Senior Max， 太棒了！我们一起来看比赛，我们来帮台湾队加油！汉堡说：“小富哥他也要。”那汉堡开个直播啦，我们都抖内给你，没问题的。
And we are now back in the commentary box. I am joined by Roger Young. Once again, Roger is just about getting ready to go out for his DD2
OK， 我们又找到 Roger Young 了。
For the first of the senior pre-finals, and I have to say, yes, the Caridas team in the
Roger Young 又跟这个 Henry 一起来播报了。
It's very different today, isn't it?
I think everybody is very, very serious today. Everybody's got their game faces on, and I mean, you can see why. You can see all the action on track. You know, it's happening. It's happening.
It is happening. There's Kai Rillarts, who will start from the, well, he's 9th in points. So let's have a little look there. But first of all, you know, you're starting. Where do you start if you're pre-final? Just outside the top 20.
23.
23, which again, you know, is progress from last year, and you've got a chance to gain ground. The 2 longest races. Are you happy that tonight is under the lights? Is that going to give these Masters drivers a bit more cooling time?
I would have preferred the 21 lapper at night time.
Of course, yes. You've got 21 laps tomorrow in the heat of the day.
Yes.
But we'll get to that tomorrow. Here is the main order of business. Sean Butcher. 2 wins and a 4th place finish in his heats. He starts from pole position. There's drivers that you want to be looking nervous. Christian Pastrian, Paul Hamburg, Baras Jurancic, Mohamed Al Hassan, Ivari Tumoletto, Alberto Hurtado Gonzalez, Francisco Macedo, and Yuzuki Tamahashi. They are the drivers 32nd to 39th in points. It's you know, it's not where you want to be, is it, Roger?
No, I mean, but these guys will be gunning for it, that's for sure. You know, they have to, otherwise they may as well pack up tonight and head home.
Yeah, 36th position at the moment is Ivari Tumoletto. He has got 55 points. There's a 10-point spread between him in 36th and Eduardo Barrichello in 44th place. So realistically, there's about, I'd say if you're in the top 45 in points at this stage in seniors, you've got a chance. Below 45th in points, really, you're looking at miracles.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean our Taiwanese driver Zhou Yancheng, he's points. What is he?
He's in 50th in points.
50th place right now. So, and he's out there right now. So let's wish him some luck.
Yes, indeed. So your lineup there is a thumbs up from Oliver Hodgson, a champion in this event 10 years ago in New Orleans, NOLA. That was the last time he actually qualified for the grand finals. He's been racing elsewhere and doing other things since then. He won the US Trophy final, and that's what we were saying before. He's racing. He's British. He's now based in the USA. He got the ticket in the US Trophy final, so it's not as though Britain have got suddenly 1 million more tickets than everybody else. They're just doing the job better all over the world.
Yeah, it's just like I think Ben Cooper in our series, in my class.
Yes,
he's British, right?
British, but he races a Canadian license.
Right.
So Oliver Hodgson still has his British race license.
Oh, okay.
In the grand finals, you represent the country that your license comes from. It's why we've got a situation where Jamie Smith from South Africa, who we saw in DD2, he's from South Africa, but to race, he had an issue getting an international South African license. So he got a British license.
So it's just like the junior driver Lu Youde.
Yes.
You know, he's flying the Japanese flag,
yes,
but he's actually Chinese.
Yes, because he has a Japanese license, so therefore he represents Japan.
Right, okay.
Here we go then. This is going to be 14 laps. It's Sean Butcher and Oliver Hodgson on row number 1. Daniel Housworth and Lewis Gilbert, the Diamond of Dalry, on row number 2. Kai Rillarts and Adam Rahali will start from row number 3. Austin Lee and Macaulay Bishop on row 4. Wales is Matthew Higgins and Enzo Prando on row 5. Then it's Miska Kaskinen and Prasetyo Harja on row 6. Matej Konik and Andrei Petrovic are on row 7. Rakuto Tamahashi, George Kafantaris on row number 8. Then it's Paul Hamburg. Now, here this is the danger zone. On the screen, you're looking at the front runners. By the time they get down there, we may not be able to see the last few rows of the grid, but it is the likes of Hamburg, Al Hassan, Gonzalez, Tamahashi, Katsiri from Thailand, Kuyo Lee from Korea, and Teish Dams from Belgium. Alexandru Baltasu from Romania is 47th in points. He's the first of the list of drivers, the likes of Webster, Ibsen, Batoccio, Helgstrand, Pernod, Nayak, Diaz, Alcaled, and Contreras, who are looking for a miracle. Into the tram lines we go. Jingxuan Lin from China is not out there. Neither is Carrera or Kruglov, but the lights are out. We're off and racing. It's a good start from Butcher. Hodgson having to put under some pressure. Behind. Housworth gets up over the back of Hodgson. That could have been disastrous, Roger.
Yes, that could have been, but hey, good save. Great save.
Yeah, great save. Hodgson was coming across to take the racing line. Housworth was there. They're 3 wide coming out of turn number 5. The 2 British drivers are away and clear. Butcher, who got his ticket for this event, let's have a look. Sean Butcher in car number 303. He got his ticket by coming second in the Euro Trophy Series. Now we're on board with Jack Webster, and there is a sea of go-karts in front of the Aussie.
No, look at them. I mean, they're all squeezed in one pack. So, you know, the action is great. The action is great right now, Henry.
But of course, Webster, he's got to make progress. But where does he go? The track is literally full. Even if he's twice the speed of the rest of the car, there's nowhere for him to go. Oh, and there's defense going into turn. That was Macaulay Bishop making sure that Kai Rillarts stays behind him. And already, though, the chasing pack, 3rd, 4th, and 5th have caught up. Housworth under pressure from Lewis Gilbert. Rahali from France is in that group as well. Then it's Bishop, Rillarts, Higgins, Lee, and Prando, the top 10. Into turn number 8 we go. It's the bright yellow race suit of Team Belgium's Kai Rillarts. Now, Roger, Renata Schippers, who is the mum of Joep van Breedveld, she sent me a message saying, why do we call the Belgian Red Devils the Red Devils? It's because the 1905 Belgian soccer team were worked as devils, apparently, and that was a phrase christened by their manager at the time, Pierre Valkiers, who nicked them the Red Devils. They played in red and he worked them like devils. There we go. history
秒
lesson
差
for
应该
the
都
day
在点3内。
complete.
And back to racing.
Back to the racing. Here we go. What's going on, Roger?
骑到了。
Somebody just got squeezed wide.
看起来
It was one of the British drivers.
骑
That was
到别
Matthew
人
Higgins.
直接
Down
掉
in
位
9th
掉
place,
4
we've got a
位。
lead group of 10 going through turn number 9. It's still Butcher, Hodgson, 1 and 2. Housworth from Austria in 3rd. Gilbert from Scotland in 4th. Rahali 5th. Bishop 6th. Rillards, Lee, Higgins, and Kaskinen now in the top 10. Kapataris runs 11th. Then it's Brando, Konic, Petrovic, Harja in 15th. Doing well. Then it's the drivers that we're worried about. That are worried. You've got Hurtado Gonzalez in 16th. Lee is 17th. Tamahashi 18th. Darms 19th. At the moment, they've all gained places, but have they gained enough places? We don't know yet. And further back, Webster's dropped a couple of spots. Mohammed Al Hassan has fallen to 33rd. That's it for the Bahrain driver. 35th in points, 33rd in this race. He will not make the final, but this is a great scrap, Roger.
The top 2 guys are slowly. I mean, look at this. 4 wide again. 4 wide again. The top 2 guys, Sean and Hodgson.
Hodgson's taken the lead. Butcher in P2 now, but they have broken away. Hodgson was able to make the move and place the track where it doesn't cost them both time.
Yep. So I mean, look, as long as they start to pull away from the rest of the pack now, I mean, they're already in the finals, but it's just about time management. They don't want to battle each other and try and nail each other to the wall right at this stage, right? We're only in lap 4. So, you know, where they go.
Yeah, where they go indeed. And 3rd place, Housworth, giving chase. He's separated himself from the battle of the 4th place. Bishop runs 4th. He's the British junior champion, but because the UK has a slightly different age restriction in karting the rest of the world, Bishop had to take a senior ticket to come here. Then it is Rahali, Gilbert, Rillards, Kaskinen, Higgins, Kapataris, Konic and Lee. Austin Lee, the German driver who races the British Championship, has dropped down to 12th position. But now Housworth seems to be able to close back in. Butcher led initially. Hodgson obviously felt, you're not quite quick enough. I don't think we're going to be able to pull away with me following you, so I'll pass. And now we're in a situation where Hodgson's leading. Butcher's going to start thinking to himself, I'm not sure that you're fast enough to pull away because Housworth's closing. Will Butcher go back in on Hodgson? If they start to battle, then there's a whole group of people waiting to join the party.
If the front 3, 4, 5 guys start battling, you're going to have a train of 10, 15 carts again. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, the back guys are not battling at all, right? No. They want to catch up to the guys right up in front. So,
Housworth has closed in. Hodgson is not defending yet, but he's certainly not leaving the door open. He's not taking the optimum racing line. He's sort of that sort of line that isn't defensive, but it's not attacking enough that opens the door for Butcher. Oh, now they were all single file. Now they're the chasing pack are side by side. That was Konic, Kapataris, Kaskinen, Higgins, all in that group. But we've got the first real gap, Roger, is between it's between Alberto Hurtado Gonzalez in 15th and Thomas Ibsen in 16th. So the top 15 separated by 4 seconds as we reach half distance now.
Well, I mean, if any of these boys get bumpers, you know, they're going to start
that's the other thing. There's the move. Butcher back in front. Housworth follows him through. And that's the ideal move. You're the 3rd place driver. Somebody else does all the hard work, opens the door, and you just let yourself in.
Yep. So look, they're all based together again. 6 guys, right?
Here's the move. Here's the move. Good move from Butcher. Hodgson sees him coming. But Housworth is there. And a
little bit of contact.
A little bit of a hip check there.
That's nothing, Henry.
No, that's nothing. That's just a, oh yeah, I am still here.
Yeah.
Hodgson's now dropped back to 4th position. And up into 3rd place has come Bishop, who instantly starts to defend there. Bishop now will try and close in. Corley's had a bit of an up and down weekend. He's been blisteringly fast. He's had 2 6th places, he's had 2 wins, but then he had that 31st place finish where he was involved in an incident with several other drivers and a lot of his teammates. They sort of all said, that was a little bit aggressive on the opening lap. And He's certainly got the pace, but he's now very quickly got to get that level of temper the aggression.
Was that the incident with Ethan Jeff Hall and those boys yesterday?
Yes, yes. McCauley is a naturally very aggressive driver, but at this level, aggression 100% of the time won't get you 100% of the results you want.
He's doing fine. He's managing his pace, right?
Yes, he is.
He's basically watching
he's so fast, 53.688 seconds. The young driver from Hoddesdon, who once again, don't forget, his mechanic is Ian, his dad is mechanicking, but in the British season, his brother Mason is his mechanic, who's 13 years old.
We talked about this yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, indeed. And Bishop is now he's caught Butcher and Hounsworth like they're going out of fashion, and Hounsworth is putting pressure on as well. You've got Gilbert in 4th, Hodgson down to 5th, Rahali in 6th, Rillard 7th, Kafantaris, Kaskinen and Higgins, your top 10. Here comes Bishop, Hounsworth, Bishop in P2.
Right, I mean, these guys, the top guys, you see them make these moves. I mean, they are so experienced. They're not going to go for anything crazy right at the stage, I hope. But it looks like Sean is... Look, Sean's got a small gap.
Yes, and now this is going to be key. Butcher has got a 5-kart length advantage. Sean Butcher is as smooth as treacle. He's, you know, both he and Mark Kimber. And Hodgson, I was about to say, is as smooth as them. Hodgson exploring some of the Bahrain scenery there, and that is behind Rillarts and Rahali. Hodgson down to 8th position. So Butcher is as smooth as treacle. He looks after his tyres very well. We look at the Mark Kimber driving style, look at the Sean Butcher driving style, does not move an inch in the kart. You see other drivers moving around. Butcher does the thing. Sean Butcher, and Butcher is a popular driver. He's mates with a lot of people. If you're going to be a world champion, if you're going to be a grand finals champion, friend or not, at some point you have got to give your mates a choice.
Bishop,
the brake pedal or the gravel.
I mean, I've been talking to Sean all week, and I think we spoke about this yesterday. I think he's in a very good place mentally, very confident.
没有啦，汉堡，你当时应该是要为了配重吧？因为当时比较瘦。
Again, I mean, the guys.
头发也是肿的。
Back up, Bishop and Gilbert are there now. Here's two.
然后 Gilbert 做出最速单圈535啊。
Bishop is attack. He's the Ayrton Senna to Butcher's Alain Prost, if you know what I mean.
And Gilbert just took P2.
And Lewis Gilbert pops out of nowhere at the end all the time, goes about his business, and then put on the podium. That is classic Lewis Gilbert. And so, smooth, surprising, and aggression. The top 3 in a nutshell.
After Lewis made that move on Paulie Bishop, gave him the signal, hey, let's try and get up to Sean. 2 laps to go, if they want to make up positions, now is the time. What's that, 4, 5, 6, 7, they've sort of, there's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 and 8, that is Rillards, Hodgson, Rahali and Kaskinen. We're 3
wide again. Sean's on the inside. Is that McCauley Bishop?
That is Bishop cutting across from the outside to the inside, going from 3rd to 1st, around the outside. It didn't work yesterday. He made it work today. Has he gone too early? We're going to find out. So, Bishop has spent the entire race attacking. Now, with 2 laps to go, he's going to have to defend against the runner-up in the European Championship, Sean Butcher, and the driver who finished 2nd in this event a year ago, Lewis Gilbert, and also Austria's Daniel Hounsworth, who finished his first year as a senior driver, so he's a bit of a wild card as well. 4 for the win, with a lap and a half to go.
And look, they're defending. I mean, this is the perfect time to be defending.
Yes.
Because if you are not defending, you're going to have carts flying past you, lose too many spots. And, still defending up the hill. So, and here we go.
Down the hill now. Bishop, followed by Butcher, Gilbert, and Houseworth. Butcher has a little look, but doesn't commit. Bishop was confident enough so he wasn't defending. That means that Macaulay Bishop's going to get a good run onto this straight. He shouldn't have to defend the turn number 1. It's Butcher who has to defend from Gilbert. Watch for the run that Houseworth's going to get, but where can Houseworth position his cart? Through the roller coaster on the last lap. Bishop has a 5-kart length lead.
No, he's clear away now. Look at the look, switch positions.
That is Gilbert to the inside of Butcher. Gilbert takes P2. Butcher back to 3rd, and that's given Bishop the gap he needs.
Yep. So he can save his tyres. Well, he can't really save that much tyres with 1 lap to go, Henry, but at least he can breathe a sigh of relief. He just turned around to see what's going on. 3 guys on the inside. Okay, that's the result.
Yeah, he knows now. You won't see him defend. This is Gilbert, Butcher, and Houseworth. Gilbert defends a little bit, but Butcher's smart enough to not try anything silly at this point. Houseworth is next, but it is going to be Macaulay Bishop with the win.
Okay,
Gilbert second. Butcher third, Houseworth fourth. The next battle was won by Adam Rahali over Oliver Hodgson, Matt Higgins, Kai Villarts and George Kapataris. Miska Kaskin and 10th, then Austin Lee, Matej Konik, Andrei Petrovic. So, 13 drivers, the top 13, all safely through to the final. Fahad Al-Khaled and Timothy Pernod, 14th and 15th. What happened to our camera car? Let's have a look. This is Jack Webster behind Enzo Prando from Brazil. And there's 2 cars going to the same bit of real estate. Oh, and there was a airtime there. Prando sideways. Webster heads for the pit lane, probably to change his undies.
He had the same problem 1 turn later yesterday, didn't he?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes. Someone in front of him, so yeah.
So you've got a lot of action from the onboard camera, that's for sure.
Laundry for Webster, and sadly, Jack Webster finishes 22nd, and he will go no further. Al-Khaled in 14th, Pernod in 15th. They have done very well, but they're not going to make the final. Hurtado Gonzalez is going to be on the cusp. He was 37th in points. He finishes 16th. Dennis Proseccio Haja, Kuho Lee, Helgstrand, Boltasu, Ibsen, Webster, Diaz, and Contreras. Now here's the list of drivers who started this race. Rikuto Tamahashi, he was 29th in points, finishes 25th. That I don't think is going to be enough. Yuzuki Tamahashi finishes just behind his brother. He was already out of the top 36, and that finish of 26th hasn't helped him. Vonkspat Katsiri, Paul Hamburg, Mohamed Al Hassan, Tish Dams, Gregorio Pataccio, Aditya Patnaik, and Enzo Prando also finished down the order. That's not going to be enough for them. But Roger, I know you had to go back. Thank you so much for joining me in the commentary box. You've got 20 minutes or so to get yourself settled. Good luck in Masters. I'm sure there's a lot of people cheering for you back home and around the world because you're a celebrity now.
Thank you, Henry. And good luck to all the drivers out there. Drive safe and win well.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Roger. We will see you on the track very shortly. Looks like Jen Wade is going to go and speak to Scotland's Lewis Gilbert. The Diamond of Dalry has shined under the lights here in Bahrain. And I'll tell you what. If Lewis Gilbert gets a mention for his amazing Cocker Spaniel Pooch,
好，我把这个声音调整一下。Uncle Roger 要下档了。好，我们就等一下好好的来看周延成跑比赛。我们把背景音稍微拉小一点点。
Take it away, Jen, when you're ready. But there's David Higgins, rally driver in the foreground there. His son Matt.
好，休息一下，赶快尿个尿。我们要准备来看周延成比赛了。我先吃一颗巧克力，补充一下体力。啊，前3名又是英国人啦，不知道在干嘛啦啊。
I don't know what Henry was just talking about, Poppy, your dog, but let's get back to the racing. Tell us how it was.
Yeah, it was quite a good race. We were fastest on the track, but a little mistake at the end that allowed McCauley to get away, but I think we won't be making that mistake tomorrow, but still good points, P2, so just take it and see what tomorrow brings.
You know how competitive it is, especially even in your own team, but how has the week unfolded, really, when you think about everyone getting their measure? Or
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. I think everyone's just so close and the pace is that tight. It's you make a small mistake and you lose massive amounts. So I think everyone's been working hard, and you can see how close it is in the track. There's not one person that you think will get away. We're all in the same boat, let's say. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting race tomorrow.
It's going to be exciting. Anyone you want to say hi to apart from Poppy?
I just said to Poppy, my grandma and all my friends and family home for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and make sure you're watching tomorrow. Lewis is out there somewhere at the front.
Hopefully, we'll see. Thank you.
So as Roger Young heads down to the pits, the second senior Rotax pre-final sits on the grid. For those of you watching in the People's Republic of Tyne and Weir, Kai Hunter starts from pole position. If you're watching from the palatial surrounds of Solihull near Birmingham in England, Mark Kimber starts on the outside of row number 1. If you are watching from Osaka, Japan, Kento Kumagai is third. And if you're
是的 ，DDM 有世界杯门票一张。
beautiful city of Dagashu.
哎，不是啦，不是 DDM 啦 ，Senior Max
starting fourth.
Master 组吧。
From Heysham, Morecambe, Lancashire, Ethan Jeff Hall is 5th. Dion van Verven will start 6th from the Netherlands. 7th will be Theo Kakati from Abu Dhabi. Then it is Simon Olin from Sweden, Samuel Ifrid from
大毛哥，有请大毛哥赶快把这个相关档案直接发给
Theo Eriksson, the poster boy, Theo Eriksson from Norway, and then Nick Trobech, followed by Francesco Grimaldi.
好啦，又有人是不是出不了车了呢？
Baras Jurancic, Ivari Tumoletto.
对位对位
from Finland is on the bubble, 36th in points. Behind Ivari, these are the drivers fighting for their lives in the grand finals. Francisco Macedo, Mateus Tirlo, Jules Roussel, Eduardo Barrichello, Tobias Clausen, Cooper O'Clair, Yan Chen Cho. The lights are out, we're off and racing. It's a very bunch start.
发车有没有成功？冲了，哇，出去了。
Pretty clear, but down in the middle, but somebody bails. That was Theo Kakati over the infield section of the roller coaster. He's lost a couple of places. You can see with the white crash helmet, 2, 4, 6, 7th place for Kakati. Disaster avoided, but it's still Hunter who leads from Kimber. Carts going every which way,
来
but
看一下
loose,
现在成
going
绩啊
down towards turn number 8.
开 Hunter
Up
第一
the
名
hill
，Kimber
we
第二
go
名。
towards
更正
turns
，Mark
9
Kimber
and
第一
10,
名
the
，Hunter 第二
reverse
名。
corkscrew,
我们
and
来
it's
看
Kai
一下
Hunter leading Mark Kimber and Kenta Kumagai.
周延成上到第几？
Down
上到第
towards
24，
turn
哎呀，不
30.
错
Look
哦
at those carts in the background just plunging down the hill.
台湾队加油，小郭哥！感谢小郭哥。
Number 1, and it is Hunter, who had lost the lead initially, somewhere on the opening lap, gets it back from Kimber. Going into turn number 1, Krepsik from Hungary is a solid 3rd. Then it looks like Jeff Hall in 4th. Yes, it is. Kakati is 5th.
可以啦，轮胎是圆的，场地是圆的。好，前2名这 Mark Kimber 跟开亨特又在弄了，互动了。我们来看一下周延成目前的状况在哪里。周延成目前在24位。But like so many others, just wants to end the grand finals on a positive note. 好，我们目前看到周延成在努力当中啊。我看到他似乎刚好拉出车子哦，有抽车一下。好，这个第2集团的部分，骑到啊，互相骑到。Change of lead between the two British drivers. 好，周延成刚刚跑出55.5。汉堡说欢迎收看英国杯，没错，我现在非常的同意。从去年我第一次出国看到这个大的赛事，就知道发现说，原来英国人糊弄是很正常的。哦呦，刚刚这白安全帽的顶前面的顶很大力啊。好，现在来到这个上坡。Helsinki-based driver who's the Finnish champion. He has done what he needs to do at this point in proceedings, but he does need to keep up the pace. He runs in 17th position. 周延成的位置在哪？在哪？为什么周延成掉了？又掉到35名了。SSC, the Sports Still Cup. 哇！光头王，你发生什么事
？Now after dropping 5 places down to 18th, Trobech was 26th in points. Significantly, it's drivers like Matthias Tirlo in 16th who were behind Trobech in point, but now running ahead of him on the track. Clausen, Auclair, Macedo, Barrichello, Roussel, Casey,
头2台车互干吧。周延成加油！周延成目前我看他的秒数应该比他前面的5台车都还要快。
Sadly, Yan Chenchu from Chinese Taipei and the island of Taiwan. He was 50th in points. It was dicey to start with for him, and he's dropped down to 34th position.
To island of Taiwan, 周延成，光头你加油！ 好，你看前4台车又3台是英国车啊！欢迎各位一起跟我收看这个英国杯。
Hunter leads Kimber, Kakati a strong third. This is Theo Kakati's best grand finals. It's his 4th grand finals. His very first was back in 2017, and that's where he finished 4th in Minimax.
好，这个80的卡丁车场啊，它的总长有 1.414 km， 其实1公里4啊，它居然只要跑54秒，53秒尾，54秒，哇，这个是多快啊，好夸张哦。
Whereas in the yellow flags waving, and that is Ireland's Robert Cronin.
好，这一次呢
somewhere off camera.
这一次呢 ，rotax challenger. Rotax Max Challenger Grand Final 2023 Max Senior 组别，周延成没有进入决赛，但是呢，我相信他去这个场地应该也学到不少东西。好，那我来问一下高杰，他这样有没有进决赛？我们来连线高杰，看他能不能跟我们连线。
Two British drivers at the front, content at the moment to run single file. Hunter and Kimber. Kimber has retaken the lead now, so that's 4 lead changes between them that I can remember.
有进吗？有进吗？ 有进决赛吗？帅哦！看荧幕啊！看一下荧幕。进决赛啊！进决赛啊！老板进决赛啊！进决赛啊！赞了！
Tirlo started the day 40th in points with 49 markers. That was 6 behind Ivari Tumoletto, and Tumoletto has dropped back to 19th, which is not great.
各位观众，我们刚跟高杰视讯连线，应该是进决赛没有问题。来，爱心摔整排，一起刷，一起刷。
Cooper O'Clair up to 18th position behind Tobias Miller-Clausen. Francesco Grimaldi is in 16th. Matteo Richter is 15th. The poster boy Theo Eriksson is 14th, and we have got action up front.
好，我们真的是我们大家同心协力啊，都帮自己人。
Jeff Hall runs a little bit wide. Kakati has a little nibble at the inside of Kai Hunter, and Hunter rebuffs the offer of a pass. And says, no, you're quite all right. Stay behind me, young man. And Kakati, who is a double Dubai O plate
赞啦，赞啦！欢迎 Bibo， 欢迎我们这个菲利克斯南港菲利克斯贴膜的老板 Bibo。如果各位啊在现场，各位有这个贴膜的需求，欢迎去找菲利克斯的老板谈一谈。 贴膜隔热纸专门。好，Bibo 跟你讲一下，这是我们的 rotax Max 的卡丁车世界杯比赛，然后跟你在一起看比赛都是一些车手。好，目前比赛在赛事还有4圈呢，第1名是 Hunter Kai， 第2名是 Jeff Hall。 第3名是 Mark Kimber，Mark Kimber 呢是这个还蛮多大家的偶像，因为他真的是蛮快的。盛伟哥也是觉得 Mark Kimber 跟神一样快啊。
both the Dubai Kartdrome, Al Ain Raceway, and of course Rotax themselves.
小富哥，小富哥报我的名字，没问题。
It was a 2-car breakaway. We've now got a 5-car breakaway with another dozen or so drivers hungrily.
哎呀，第3名往上射，射到第2名了。有你打给我就是折扣码了，小富哥打给我就是折扣码，没有问题。
has got his eyes on the prize.
好的，第一个集团呢，其实前10名就是第一个集团，大家斗得非常凶。大家可以看到，你看2、3名又卡在一起了，会不会是又要保第1名的人呢？哇 ，Jeff Hall 直接掉到第8名，第1名是 Mark Kimber， 第2名是 Kenda， 第3名是不会念 Ketadi 啊。
Kenta Kumagai now into the top 5. What has happened to Kai Hunter?
第2名是日本人啊。
Hunter's down to 5th. Jeff Hall down to 8th. Krepsing is 7th. Christian Pastrian in kart number 321 from Chile is now up into 6th
目前这一组
position.
台湾人这一组目前是在比较吊车尾的。
And there is that dark blue race suit. Pastrian is now into the top 5.
Hunter Kai 呢是英国人。这个比赛呢 ，Bibo 这个比赛呢，前几名啊，英国人都是霹雳爆干快的。
9th and 10th. I'm trying to see. Hunter has managed to get back into the top 5. There he goes.
这 Bibo 让你知道一下这个卡丁车啊，现在你看到这个时速啊，都是100多的时速，这不是在开玩笑的哦。这个赛道呢，在巴林，在中东的巴林，具有上下坡，非常的刺激。
and pulling clear of Kamagai,
这个左弯来得非常的狠啊。
and Lego right behind him. Then there's a slight gap to Papachena in 12th. Richter is 13th. Side by side briefly for the race.
大毛哥说前挡跟前门才刚换好贴纸，没关系，车子会一直换，还要换新车的。
Kimber's got the inside line. Kakati gives him
room. Kimber 在内线。
Kimber takes the racing line. Kakati didn't squeeze him enough there. Kakati was too much of a gentleman.
守好他的位置。
But that's okay. Kakati knows he needs Curry a bit of favour. You know, he needs to let these British drivers know, hey, you can trust me. I'm not going to do anything silly. What I am going to do is fly on the inside into turn number 13 and take the race lead. Great move from Theo Kakati, and now he's got most of Great Britain behind him.
Mark Kimber 现在占据在第2名啊。
Roller coaster. This is the last lap. What a move from Theo Kakati.
我们来看一下，第1名是
He's gonna make that Sodi cast as wide as a London bus coming down
不会
the
念啊，
hill.
那个太难念了。
Hunter, then Van Verben in 4th position. Oh, Kakati stands on the anchors going through turn number 8 up the hill. He looks over his shoulder.
前5名的变数还很大呢。前3名如果尬在一起，第4名就这真的像云霄飞车一样啊！这完全跟汉堡讲的一样，就是一个云霄飞车 ，roller coaster。我相信汉堡讲的，这个英国人这个时候有可能会啊。Theo Kakati， 哇，上升6名呢，太猛了吧
！16 drivers separated by 3.5 seconds. Great racing, great racing there, and bar
好，
2 retirements.
我们下一个比赛呢是120的 pre-final。
31 drivers, 9 seconds.
决赛应该是蛮好看的。这明天的决赛真的应该是蛮好看的。汉堡说，在决赛的时候呢，这个目前的第1名很有可能会被撞出去。卡丁车就是如此的血腥啊！
Ericsson, Roussel, Richter, Auclair, and Papachena. Now points wise.
Bibo 说很扯，100多。 你带女儿去那个卡丁车咖啡厅就觉得很快了。其实卡丁车是这样子，它就是体感非常的真实。哇！这个要进 P 的，大家差点撞在一起。本来保杆没说的，碰到说不是很衰。哇，在这个进 Pit Lane 的地方，大家非常小心的，这个速度好像是蛮快的。
Richter in 13th, Cooper Auclair finishing 14th. Great
小富哥讲的完全没错，卡丁车真的是硬汉玩的。
Papachena should be in.
我完全同
Ivani
意
Chupoletto
100%。
16th place, right on the cusp. He did pass Mateus Tirlau on the last lap. That could be very significant. Stepanov is the next driver on the outside looking. Samuel Ifrid down to 20th. The Swiss driver was 18th.
刚不知道有没有人因为这样说保杆呢？真的干得要死。
Macedo, Barrichello. There's Mark Kimber having a look at the Way Bridge.
来 ，Bibo 跟你报告一下，这个刚刚回答你这个说很快，但是安全措施做得很好的这一位是汉堡，是台湾的旅外车手，参加过很多的大小型赛事，房车赛、卡丁车赛。去年我们去葡萄牙，我们去葡萄牙的时候啊。 汉堡拿到第3名，世界杯第3名。
Absolutely love their karting up in the northeast of England. The Hunter family have done wonders for the sport in that region. And I think we're going to see.
大毛今天讲了这个体检医生讲的干话，来，我跟大家跟你们回报一下。体检医生呢说我们这个是玩具，然后旁边的那个护士呢，护理师还直接说哦，他们这个跟赛车不一样了，他这个是那种卡丁车，很小台那种的。我跟你讲，你爱开好你是巴拉西姆巴达，来开2圈看看啊。
Here in Bahrain.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun here. It's great weather, a little bit too cold.
Bibo 对这个卡丁车呢，基本上你现在看到的这个赛事是世界杯比赛，所以呢，它的车辆。它的车子呢是大会提供，所以引擎跟车架大家都一模一样，所以没有任何的人可以改车，完全100%靠技术的。没有任何人可以改动任何的东西，全部都是原厂给你规格。好像这一次的刚刚这场比赛，它就是一个品牌叫做 Saudi， 是一家品牌的车子骨架。好，然后引擎呢是大会公发的引擎，基本上没什么差异。
Also, Harry said hi, so hi to everyone there in the United Arab Emirates. They're watching. They're not far away, but it's been great, exciting racing, and we're going to look forward to tomorrow.
For sure. Thank you, Jen.
我觉得这一场应该是蛮多人有 bumper in 的哦。我看刚刚有人在处理这个 bumper in 的动作哦。对，汉堡说的没有错，这个很公平。好，引擎是公发的，马力都一样大。然后呢，重点是你不能调整里面的一些细节跟内容，完全100%靠纯技术。所以呢，体重稍微重一点的人跑比较慢，而且拎到的。
Please look for your favourite. Most of the drivers on that screen we're going to see, maybe not Roussel, maybe not Auclair, Turlo, close, Tober, Billy Clausen is going to be very touch and go for him. Should see if
那个刚刚汉堡讲说安全措施做得很好，那我想请问你半夜的时候安全措施有做好吗？
The competitive nature of the grand finals.
好，周延成呢，最后是33名完赛。 中间不知道遇到什么样的乱流，出了什么样的状况，因为他一度有上到20几名一次掉10几名的。这个世界杯卡丁车赛呢，其实每次在赛场上，只要稍微有一点点的失误啊。 基本上就是一串火车过你就要掉10名了，所以这是非常公平的一个比赛啊。好，下一个比赛呢是E20 Senior，E20 Senior 跟 E20 Master。那这一次呢，我没有去参加这个 E20。这一次呢，感谢小新啊，好久不见。 好，E20呢，它是电动车，电动卡丁车。
Germany, Italy, Portugal, Malta, Spain, Cyprus, Greece, and Poland. Love to go to Warsaw. You can also do one-way trips to New Zealand, Argentina, Brazil, Australia, and the United States.
电动卡丁车，那我去年有参加这个电动卡丁车的世界杯比赛。好，你可以回味这个卡丁车。大家可以看到它是没有排气管的，也没有引擎，它就是用电机。那很特别是在赛场上，你开这台车的时候，你完全只会听到你轮胎的胎噪声，就一直有轮胎声。可是呢，你却没有感受到它的引擎的转速，然后跟车辆的一个甜蜜点跟动态。但是啊，它的优点就是，你只要油门下去，就电门踩下去，车就往前冲。然后它的方向盘上面还有一个 boost 键，就是加速键。好，那这个部分呢，感谢去年的汉堡给我蛮多建议跟提示的，教我们开车。这个电动卡丁车开起来是完全跟一般的卡丁车完全这种油车是不一样的体感跟感受。那这一次呢，有 PTT 车队的 Gary，Gary 这次参加E20的 Master 组，他还在摸索。我刚好赖他跟他聊了一下，他还在摸索这个车辆，找不到这个按 Boost 键的timing。我给他一个小小的建议，就是不要在直线的时候按加速啊，在出弯的那个当下按加速。像这个，我刚看了一下这个赛道图，它其实有几个弯的 路幅比较宽一点，然后可以有延伸性的话，应该会是比较好。因为像看哦，如果每个人都在直线按加速的话，那这个加速是不是就没有用了？你就没有利用它的优势。那如果在这个车辆本身它的速度还可以提高，可是你却还没下油的同时，或者是有空间，你按加速，那就会有帮助了。好，那我现在为什么开特斯拉呢？就是因为我那时候去比这个电动卡丁车，我发现这个电动车的马力实在太快又太强，所以我后来就马上就下定这个特斯拉。
kilograms is the minimum weight for E20 seniors, 4 additional for E20 masters.
跟他说椅子设定放越低越好，可能来不及剩 final， 因为他今年很棒哎，有这个 Master 组哦，我去年就没有 Master 组，可恶。
is straight after the grand final for masters and seniors.
Oh, so we get to do double bubble.
Yes, indeed. It's 150.
好，你可以看到这个轮胎光头胎，你看这个电车的重量非常的重。
says that the performance is comparable to a current internal combustion engine.
你看它轮胎的消耗是非常的大。
The idea is what has happened, and I haven't got the statistics in
Bibo,
front of me, so I don't know
你试乘完我的车子
which
改了避震的车之后，你有去改避震了吗？
39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 47, 48. The top 12 drivers who didn't qualify for the main event tomorrow, they will go into the E10 Karting Cup. What Rotax are doing now is they are simply taking the internal combustion minimax
可以报名明年的比赛，不知道明年又改什么制度啊？明年万一又是没有 Master 怎么办
？And then how long to charge?
45.
And then you're good to go.
Then you're good to go.
有差最好，有升级有感就好了。因为其实电动车的马力大，我觉得它操控更需要比较精准一点。
So what Rotax have done here, and is they have created an electric power unit.
Yes.
That is instantly transferable, same chassis frame.
Yes.
Any 950mm chassis.
Exactly.
You take your Rotax BRP
125 说因为有 AGT 避震器的赞助，所以有便宜一点。我觉得他应该要全额赞助你吧。
But also you have 2 different battery versions. You have a twin battery system, or you can
是的，没有错。世界杯是2套胎，只要 qualify 开始就是用这个最后一套比赛台。
Within an hour you can charge it, get back out on the track, go in the same speed but with an electric power. Do you know what they call that?
基本上呢，大毛。
Well done, Rotax. And we're going to see that tomorrow.
And it's here now.
基本上大毛就是世界杯的正赛就是一套胎而已。
Your starting lineup will be as follows in E20. Spencer Braun from the UK has won both his heat races so far.
我开营队可能都开晚上了，像这个现在画面上一样都是晚上的。
We didn't have him commentating on the senior races today, obviously because he's out on the track now. He starts
好，现在这个 E20 Senior 跟 E20 Master 已經出發 ，warm up， 更正 ，warm up lap， 暖胎圈，暖胎圈。
Knut Nielsen, Dominic Dyack, who's got Zombor Kovac's coach given this week. Zombor's been in the commentary box. Then it's Sebastian Bach, City Kong City, Frederic Lemieux, Lewis Smith.
我们等一下会，我会提醒大家，我会安静个几秒钟，让大家听一下这个只有胎噪声的电动车。好，那特别提醒大家，让大家知道一下。好，让大家知道一下说，电车的起跑不像刚刚要对位起跑，哦，电车是静态起跑，静态起跑，起跑方式是不一样的。
One of the good things is that in E20 Senior we have seen 2 very different stories. And I'm talking about Spencer Braun and Mats Johan Overhoff, who are literally next to each other in the awning at the paddock 10. They've become very, very good friends, but
起跑非常的重要，我能闪远一点让听看他起跑。
10 laps of the 1.414 kilometer circuit. The lights have gone green. We are underway, and everyone hurtles their way through into T1 on the opening turn.
好，顺利进到1号弯，没有事情。2号弯进去 OK 吗？
It's 2, 3 abreast, a bit Noah's Ark towards the bottom part of the top 10.
哎，有人出去了。
We have had a little bit of a turnaround. Lewis Smith has not started.
好，再顺便跟你们大家讲一下。
So we're down from 24 total drivers.
啊，这个电车和特别的地方啊，查理哥，起跑按加速键有用，有用。来，汉堡，你跟大家讲一下你是怎么起跑的？哇，你的起跑爆干快。
You said that Overhoff and Braum were good buddies. There's no friends now. It's going to be game on with Lwaka in third.
Yeah, that's the thing. As you rightly
好，那这个我刚刚讲到一半啊，就是这个E20这个电动卡丁车啊，它出去的时候在弯中啊，你下油的第一个点，你不可以全油门下去，因为你下去之后，那个后轮就爽了。当下第一下动力啊，扭力是非常的大的。
Nielsen up the inside of Lwaka. That's for second. Overhoff drifts wide as a result of Nielsen trying to fire it up the inside of the Swiss driver. So I think there might be an opportunity for possibly Nielsen up the inside of Lwaka through into turn 8. Didn't quite work out there as they head through turns 9 and 10 up the top.
我们来自台湾的 Gary， 目前的 Master 排名是第4名哦。 有机会哦，有机会哦。掉下去了，第5名，第5名，没问题，没问题，不要紧张。汉堡身体躺后面一点，是不是就是为了让他后轮抓住？好，目前第3名上到第2名，然后第2名又内线交换线 ，OK， 没有问题，第2名一样守住。好，2、3、4名是一个集团，第1名目前跑掉。
He's the back of that 3-tray car. He's got a bit of a gap behind him, but lots of work to do for the driver from Daventry, Dominic Diak from Hungary.
我们把这个音量，现场音量拉大一点，让你们听一下说这个胎噪声是怎么样的。
Closing together. Now, what this means is that Mats-Johan Overhoff can use the boost deployment. 5-second deployment, 30-second recharge cycle. For E10, tomorrow it will be a 5-second deployment, 45-second recharge cycle.
So even in the E10s, you can use it once a lap?
You can use it once a lap. But
Smart,
of course,
maybe twice in 1 lap at the end of the race.
You might be able to do so probably at the beginning of the lap if you haven't already engaged it across the start-finish line.
Yeah, you've got to really think about it.
You have to be very strategic because we've seen the timing sort of reset itself. Of course, sometimes transponders do go a bit hairy from time to time, but it's Overhoff leading by 0.7 of a second over Christopher Holt.
非常非常怀念这个咻咻咻的这个轮胎的胎噪声，就是它并没有引擎的声音。 好，这个电动卡丁车是非常的开起来跟一般的油车卡丁车非常的不一样，非常非常的不一样。好，目前 Gary 在 Master 组排名的是第5名啊。好，那 DNS 呢有2台车，然后有1台故障。
Strategic about the boost button. Look at the cluster of drivers gunning for 3rd place as they come across the line. Lap 5 out of 10 underway.
非常特别啊，让大家知道一下，说这个E20电动卡丁车它是有 Boost 加速键的。这个加速键呢，如果按得好的话，按的对点对时间 ，timing 好的话，对于整体来讲，速度上是蛮有加分的。 最后这个 Chuang Liu 是哪位啊？雅虎是哪位啊？ 好，目前 Gary 706排在第5名啊。好，圈数还有4圈。
He's a good friend of both of ours, Alex.
Yes.
He's a really nice kid. He's got a really nice team around him. The fact that he buys us donuts is irrelevant. He's always smiling and happy. When he came here 2 years ago,
圈数还有4圈，我们来看一下会不会在秒数跟这个名次上面有没有变化呢？妈的，刘教练，还不赶快多留言！好，这个第2集团呢，这4台车在争第3名啊。好，动手了吗？动手了吗？动手了。好，你看第3名直接掉到第5名。好，这个电动卡丁车呢，我觉得它要的细腻度其实是更高的。坦白讲，因为它的这个动力啊是随传随到。好，塞进去之后呢，哦对，顺便提醒各位，因为就说让大家知道一下，说这个不能讲提醒啦，就让大家知道一下说，这个电车呢，它跟一般我们所谓的画弧、画圆过弯会有点不一样。它这个比较可以用倒钩式的，插到底之后踩刹车，然后直接勾回来，然后全用顺油门下去之后，只要车出去就是干下去。好，目前前2名正斗得蛮凶的。好，现在是 pre-final 应该也是关乎明天的排位顺序啊，所以他们斗得很凶啊。好，目前1、2、3名看起来呢，都有一个大概0.2的秒差。好，那汉堡呢提到了一个 KZ 跑法，什么是 KZ 呢 ？KZ 就是6速的打挡车。哦，卡丁车呢，在6速打挡车来讲呢，也可以在直线跑到160左右。好，前3名的秒差应该看起来都是蛮固定的，如果他只要不要太大的失误，应该就是这样子完结了。剩下2圈左右的赛事。Gary 目前的秒数是跑57.7，目前在 Master 组第6名。好，我们来看到这个赛事来到了第9圈。哦，你看一个失误换线，有没有过去了？后面塞上来又挤内线，只要你被占到位置了，你很有可能你就要让出你的位置，因为这个你硬干的话，哦，看哦，踩刹车的时候后轮都直接冒烟哦。你硬干的话，很有可能会一起出去啊，因为这个扭力太大了。然后呢，你看它的车头啊，还有装小小的、微微的 LED 大灯，很可爱哦。好，第1名拉开了秒差，后面这个第2集团，大家都在争第2名啊。Last lap。跟云霄飞车一样啊，一串火车。好，目前来到最后一弯，还有没有变数呢？哇！非常的刺激啊，这个。好，目前我们来看第1名的最速单圈有跑到几秒。好，第1名是来自德国的 Johan， 他的最速单圈是55.2啊，55.2。啊，好刺激呀！ Gary 加油！明天还有最后一场 final。你前面呢？因为E20呢是保证可以跑到 final 的啊，所以呢基本上他少一个 hit， 少那个淘汰赛的一个 hit，qualify hit。 那不管前面跑的怎么样，这几场跑的怎么样，都是在熟悉跟了解你的车辆。好，就跟我今年的山猪杯一样，最后起跑不要担心，不用紧，还是有机会追到前面的。所以 Gary 希望你等一下在最后的 final 明天的时候，起跑就往上杀，最好是往前杀到什么 Senior 的前面几台。 让 Senior 帮去卡后面的 Master， 这是最完美的剧本。好，下一个比赛呢是 Micromax 的 Pre-Final。 Micromax 的 Pre-Final。
No, because he got his streak broken, didn't he?
Yes,
by
yes,
Mr. Jakob Bezos.
Oh, I knew you know me, Alex. I never say false information or make a mistake in the commentary box ever.
Neither do I.
Okay, right. There is a look at the results. Look for your favourite. Thanks very much, Alex Goldschmidt. And we now have 2 pre-finals.
加油！我们剩最后2场 ，Micromax 再来就 DDM， 就可以收工下班了。 好 ，Micromax 呢有来自我们台湾的菲利小朋友，他是在第27名出发，看他能不能把名次再往前一点。好，因为 Micromax 也是没有淘汰的。
Hi Henry, how are you?
I'm very well, my friend. I'm very well indeed. Firstly, we've got a couple of minutes. How are Team Chile doing?
Micromax 完就 DDM 了哦。
Yes.
有的 Roger 哥有 DDM。 今天下午 Roger 有赖我。 有讲好说他今天他应该状况上会比昨天再好一点，昨天运气比较不好，他觉得他今天的速度跟位置可以再往前一点，因为他其实是有抓到一些感觉的，好不好？我们就静待 Roger 的表现。Roger 是说他现在的秒数啊，应该可以往前推进大概5个位置以上。 其实我也快撑不住了，超累。我等一下还要收拾完，还要回家。我在公司直播。没关系，陪大家看卡丁车就是蛮爽，就是很爽。大家自己兄弟自己一起看车。我们来看Eason我们来看菲利是1号车。 DDM 呢，目前是没有淘汰的。这一次的 DDM 呢，今天 Final 也只有今天的 Pre-Final 也只有35台。
Así que, bueno, at what time do you start?
In about 30 seconds time.
30 seconds, okay.
据说啊，当地的网络很慢啊，我们用那个手机网卡可能没办法直播，可能会超级累个。明年的意大利山哦，干脆组团好了啦，好不好？我们组团去现场看比赛。
I'm sorry, Patrick's mum. I'll tell you off. It's Patrick Yostius from Lithuania. Then, bring the noise, Kees Moyes from the Netherlands. Daniel Nikulshin, Jokubus Vaskelis.
其实呢，现在在场上啊，这个叫做 Micro Max。Micro Max 呢，就是微小的小孩。年纪比较小的，那 Micro Max 的能比赛的岁数好像是5岁吗？就是年纪比较小的，最小的。
With the drivers, he is learning about how to overtake, how to push, how to do the split trim, and everything. So I think for his first time, it's very good.
And she will be in action in next year's Rotax Max International Trophy at South America in
Cartódromo Las Perdices, Chile.
And that will take place the last weekend of September. Your country is going to welcome hundreds of Rotax drivers, not just from South America, but it's an event open
好啦，赶快出发啦，别再拖了，我们都要睡觉了。
That is similar to this circuit in Bahrain, and it is the track.
小富哥说停车场是玩什么？然后汉堡说可以开租的车来甩尾，还有一个坑可以飞，感觉是蛮好玩的。好 ，Micro Max 现在出发去做暖台圈。完了完了完了，头车是发不动了，头车发不动了。哦，过了 ，OK。
So scary. Scary moment.
This will be a 9-lap race. Go out onto the circuit. All the drivers will make it to the final. This will obviously help the results of this race.
汉堡，我刚刚问的问题是啊，在跑这个夜间赛道，这个灯光会不会对你在开车的时候视野上面造成有眩光或者是不舒适的感觉
？Who was fourth in this year's British Championship? Then it's Emerson McAndrew and Jensen Chalk on row 2. Julian Rivera and Patrick Yostius on row number 3. Bring the noise, Kees Moyes and Daniel Nikulshin on row 4. Jokubus Vaskelis and Posh Control.
Bibo 说有跟北改的人跑过吗？北改是哪边啊？我比较没有在外面。对啊，比较没有在外面跟人家随便跑，所以我不清楚。
Of all things, no performance advantage, but it was loose and it should be tight. Then it's Kostreva, Piemonte.
所以汉堡是说，就如果你本身眼睛视力不错的话，应该是没什么影响，对不对？
Rentka, Rosa, Verbeek, De Silva, the top 12 rows of the grid. Then it's Spence, De Moisac.
好，现在看到画面上第14排就是我们的菲利张硕廷。
Chasse, Christoph, Manasiero, Lopez. The final 2 rows are Ilana Moore, Shimabukuro from Peru and Edwin Moore from Lebanon.
好，我们现在即将要起跑了，最后一个弯出来。
9 laps. The youngest drivers here, 9, 10, and 11 years old. The nerves, Gustavo, must be going.
我觉得 Micro Max 的排队排得很漂亮哎。
The first final for Micro Max, well, the only one.
The only one.
菲利加油
The tram lines, lights are out. We're off and racing. It's quite a spread out.
灯灭起跑。哇，撞了，撞成一坨了。菲利看起来是有通过，没有问题哦。
Very quickly, just driving straight on. Amazingly, everybody gets going. will catch up with who those drivers are. Up at the front, though, that's Oliver Spencer in the lead, and Palacio Macandrew Uren. Now it was Case Moyes.
真的，大家都没在怕的啊。
Pascalis involved. Abu Diwa.
星宇航空的老板国伟哥你好，带我们飞。
And that's always something that you don't want to see, Gustavo. A first lap collision with carts going off.
Yeah, it's very difficult on the first lap because all the drivers want to overtake everything.
好，张硕廷目前上到第16位。
Yes, especially the young drivers. But
菲利上到第16位。
every driver is back in.
汉堡说的是啊，这些小朋友都没有什么心脏啊。目前分成3个集团，前5名是一个集团。然后呢，第2集团是第6名到第10名。 Rotax Max Challenger Grand Final 2023. Micromax number 16, Zhang Suoting, Felix, the island of Taiwan, Chinese Taipei. Let's go, keep going, cheer up, don't give up, come on. 不要放弃，不要放弃。
Followed by Macandrew Uren, Palacio, the American, then Julian Rivera. Julian Rivera, oh, and Spencer, in fact, has been dropped to 4th position. So that is Lucas Palacio, the driver from Washington, D.C. Julian Rivera from Ecuador, another very, very talented South American driver.
Yeah, of course.
第3名在做进攻喽。
A good start. Now is in P3, Julian Rivera.
Julian Rivera, P3. Edward Haynes is up in the 6th position. Change for the lead. Emerson Macandrew Uren.
是的 ，Bibo 就是这个 Felix， 菲利克斯啊。 好，目前张硕廷上到第14位，小菲利上到第14位了。 加油！我们让我们的前10名看到我们的中华民国国旗，包括国伟哥 ，Roger 是下一场，大概在10分钟过后，撑住，撑住，不要睡着。10分钟后就换 Roger 了，疯狂 Roger。哦，第4名动手了，走首线。 第5名、第4名嘎在一起了。小菲利目前的位置在第14名啊。小菲利上一圈跑出1分02秒9，他比前面2台车都还要快哦，有机会哦。第13名是美眉啊。
And difficult. It's very difficult. This year is so hard. The level of the drivers.
So
yeah,
high.
It's
Yes,
so hard.
Exactly. We've got a 3 now. Lithuania's Patrick's Yotsius.
菲利要超过美眉啊，不可以输给美眉。太好了，上去了。菲利目前是第13名。加油，加油，加油！目前头车前2台车都做到1分01秒7。 那菲利目前是1分03秒1，大概还有1秒半的秒差。嗨，郑良平，良平你好。罗杰是下一场，大概10分钟后会上场。Roger 会是在下一场比赛上场，10分钟后。
Alfonso Lopez, the top 14.
Shooting Chang 目前1号车上到第13名，1分03秒1。嗨，瑞 TT Roger 在10分钟后会上场。好，张硕廷目前上到第12名。 Felix 上到第12名，刚刚秒数做到1分02秒6了。 好，跟头车还差大概0.8，还有3圈，还有3圈。我给小菲利啊，给菲利的目标是可以在前10名完赛，加油！让我们看到中华民国国旗。瑞 TT Roger 在大概5分钟后会上场。And it was Spencer back in the third, Josius fourth, Haynes is next. No, in fact, it's Rivera next, then Haynes. 好，赛事还有3圈 ，Micro Max 的 Pre-Final 还有3圈。Back to another 5-kart battle. Control, Chalk, Kjellerup, Kostreva, and Koza. Battle down to 11th position. 小菲利呢，刚刚做出1分02秒4，但是呢我看一下8、9名的秒数比较慢一些，希望他可以再往上一点点。好，我们来看到比较晚进来的朋友们，跟大家报告一下，现在这个赛事啊，所在的赛车场地啊，是在中东的巴林卡丁赛车场。那巴林本身也有在比 F1， 中东就是石油国，所以你可以看到它这个是沙漠地区，所以它跑的是夜赛。很少比赛有跑这个夜赛的。But if they will start to battle, oh no. Then Spencer will catch. Yes, well, we'll have a little look. Spencer and Josius trying to close in. 然后呢，这个巴林赛车场呢，其实它的周边啊比较偏无聊一点，没有什么娱乐性可言啦。但是呢，它可以把整个赛车场布置得算蛮漂亮的，连棕榈树上面都有一些灯光，摆设布置。好，目前的赛事来到最后的1圈。最后的1圈半啊，我们帮小菲利感谢这个 People 菲利克斯贴膜隔热纸店的老板，在这边帮他加油，所以他一直努力往上冲刺。好，瑞 TT 跟你报告一下，你问说这是什么的车架？这一组呢 ，Micro Max 的车架是叫做 Praga 的车架，也是一个很老的老牌子啊，只是说目前台湾这个牌子是没有人在开的。好，目前赛事呢来到 Final Last Lap 最后1圈啊 ，Final Lap Last Lap。好，目前第12名的1分01秒5，是由美国车手做出来的。哦，查理说的那个 Praga 就是这个 Praga 是同一个 Praga 吗？哇，长知识啊！
Josius and Spencer are closing in. Now we have not had a race finish with the Spanish.
好，最后1圈一样哦，就集团式的开法，1、2名一个集团，3、4名一个集团。然后呢，跟后面的第2名有没有成功？换线。 有了，要尬了吗？尬了吗？最后一个弯，哇，刺激啊！可能同时过终点线哦，这4台车。哇塞，这个很屌哎！好，我们张硕廷进步15个名次，上到第12名啊！看到这个页面啊，我们非常的开心。 然后呢，跟国伟哥报告一下，这个场地呢，总共1.414公里，比台湾现在所有场地都还要大。这个场地有1.414公里，然后结合了上下坡。thousandths of a second over Emerson McAndrew Urine. 真的是 fantastic side by side， 真的是并排过终点线啊！1、2名并排，3、4名并排，这不到最后一刻真的是分不出胜负啊！这就是卡丁车它迷人的地方啊，完全靠人呐、没有所谓的偷改。好，我们今天看这一场 Micro Max 的比赛呢，又长了一个知识，原来 Praga 车架跟 Praga 超跑是同一家厂商、供应商。好啦，大家期待已久的 DD2 Master 疯狂 Uncle Roger 即将要上场了。
They will start at in 28th position, but it's so good for cheer, for Chi.
It is indeed. Now, Gustavo, you're going to join me for the final tomorrow?
If you want.
I do want. And what I want, I get. Now, we are saying we got lots of family members, me included. It's my dad's birthday.
好，杨国群 DDM 23名发车。
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday, Dad. Hope you're well. We'll see you later. Do you know what I've got my dad for his birthday?
Feliz cumpleaños, Dan. Espero que estés muy bien.
I've got him a free ride to pick me up on Monday from Cardiff bus station when I come back. Aren't I great?
Let me send greetings in Spanish for Chile.
好。
Okay, mando un saludo gigante
a
todos los
chilenos,
a todos los chilenos que nos están viendo en Chile también, bueno, allá en el streaming. Un saludo a mi equipo Junior Team, que hemos estado haciendo un trabajo impecable este momento, y a mi equipo en Chile también, SKR, que nos están viendo en directo. Así que muchas gracias.
今天呢，非常感谢很多的好朋友帮忙超级留言抖内。梁平，不用担心会被电爆，大家都是练出来的。只是说这些荧幕上的这些朋友们呢，他们都是从3岁开始练。
And Gustavo's got one more thing to say.
Vamos flaco, vamos flaco.
There we go. Supporting Chile. There we go.
啊，好累啊。
Flaco echoed. So
那感谢大家一起来这个。一起来这个看世界杯比赛。好，我们看到这个成绩啊 ，Result Pre-Final 125 Micro Max 的成绩，第1名美国，第2、第3名都是英国，然后再来是第12名的菲利张硕廷，来自中华民国 Trans Taipei 的 Island of Taiwan J-Way International Racing Team。这是菲利呢第一次参加这个 rotax 的世界杯比赛，那看到他得到这个成绩，很不错。希望呢，等下明天在 final 的时候可以进到前10名啊！加油！
You race in Canada, you race DD2s, but you're also a spotter in the NASCAR Pinty Series for ex-champ car driver Alex Tagliani. Now, we've got Rubens Barrichello racing here, but we're going to go back quickly to see...
其实呢，有这么多人一起这样看比赛啊，就很开心啊！感谢大家。哇，这个很有那个《暮光之城》的那个 Jackbird。 美国队的啊，好，现在场上呢，在 warm up lap 的就是 pre-final 125 Max DD2 Master， 嗨起来，嗨起来！先刷一波爱心，快点。
Here we go then. Welcome back. A very brief word with Lucas Palacio. The starting lineup as follows. It's Matthew Kinsman, Dennis Toom on the front row of the grid. Then it's Rubens Barrichello, Federico Rossi, followed by Tancavicius and Rodriguez. Then
这一场的比赛呢，很重要的点是这样子啊，前3名啊都非常的快，前3名都非常的快。 Matthew、Dennis 跟 Barry Carroll 跟 Rossi 前4名都非常的快。那 Barry Carroll 呢？我们现在看到页面第12排是 Roger Young， 台湾的 Roger Young， 疯狂大叔 Roger Young。这个 Barry Carroll 呢是以前Michael Schumacher F1 法拉利车队舒马赫的队友，他今年51岁，还在比这个世界杯的卡丁车比赛。好，究竟有没有办法登灭起跑呢？这个排的不是很好，我觉得。登灭起跑，那乱起嘛？有没有 OK 成功呢？有没有成功？1、2号弯，挤呀，大家出去了！哇，严重了！哇！黄旗后面撞一坨啊！哇，又跳一个 corner， 飞起来超高。我们有没有看到红色的这个 Chinese Taipei 的衣服啊？
Flat out in a DD2, these guys are running a fairly tall gear this week. Really high speed, and that is in high gear. So you make a mistake there.
Roger Young 目前在24位啊。
I mean, we're getting down to the end of it here, so there's not.
好，前2名顺利跑掉，那个秒差有拉出来哦。
Yeah, Barrichello is one of the drivers that is off. So is Argentina's Matias Rodriguez. Juan Duque from Colombia.
好，第1名现在是 Rossi。
For the South American contingent.
Barry Carroll 退赛了。好，我们来找一下 Uncle Roger 的安全帽，橘色的安全帽。
Third in points coming into this event, he is going to drop right down the order.
哎呀，这前2名被他拉出去1个秒差，真的是这样会跑掉哦。我们希望 Roger 等一下可以进到第1页啊。这个 DD2 Master 跑的圈数比较多一点，有14圈，他机会还蛮大的。因为呢 ，Roger 说他的秒数应该可以跑得还不错，他目前也顺利在往前进攻了，目前进到22位。他的秒数呢还可以。好，再次感谢今天那个陪我们一起看世界杯比赛的大家，然后还有获得超级留言斗内的小弟，非常感谢你们。来，大家一起想帮 Roger 加油的就留言。
And Ben Cooper had about 8 or 9 drivers at that event at Newcastle Motorsport Park, and he went, you know what? The team I'm with, the Rollerson Performance Group, they've got a spare car, there's a spare engine.
哦，刚进来的朋友们，看到 Roger 的比赛，想要帮我加油的，也可以欢迎按超级留言斗内，感谢。好，现在要 replay 这个刚刚的起跑的状况啊，看一下什么状况。摄影车又被卡出去了，哇！直接逆向，你看，来了，哇！撞了，哇塞！
Rodriguez is still in the race in 29th, but we can see carts, you know, off at the side of the track. When that happens,
摄影车八字要很重才有办法当摄影车啊。
split-second reaction time. Sometimes you get it right, other times you don't.
Well, and that curve is especially nasty.
辉哥好。
Once you get high-sided there, you're really just a passenger, and you could see that the cart just once it was up.
好，目前第1名呢是上升4名的车手，第2名呢上升2名是 Rossi， 然后 Ben Cooper 也是非常的快的车手。对，汉堡说的没有错，就是节目效果。
As Kinsman and Dennis Toom tried to sort of like get the racing line, they both got forced.
赛车呢，真的是需要有效果的。 这个官方摄影车呢，我从昨天就一直在讲，只要当摄影车，每一节都会出事啊。好，目前 Roger Young 跑出的秒数是54.7，有比前面的车手快1咪咪，但是还不足以往前追进。来，目前 Roger Young 在第22名，跟前面大概有0.2的秒差。还有8圈，还有8圈，时间上绝对是够的。希望他今天的理想位置是可以在15名左右啊。
Even in the Masters, with the older drivers, it's a massive help.
Just being able to talk somebody through the process of what to expect. I mean, I got my first taste of what to expect. I mean, I got my first taste of Italian or European racing a couple weeks ago.
好，那这个是 DD2 Master 组，有一些朋友不太知道哈。DD2 呢，本身它是有2个档位的，方向盘这边是有2个地方可以换挡的，哦，进档跟退档。然后呢 ，Master 组的意思是年纪比较长的哦，大年组哦，年纪大的，32岁以上就可以跑 Master 组。那 Master 组呢，这个是没有淘汰制的，好，里面就36台车可以跑到 Final 结束。那我们刚刚看的 Junior、Mini， 还有 Senior Max、DD2 Max， 这个都是有淘汰制的，大概就是72台车，淘汰一半的人只进36台。好，目前 DD2 的最速单圈来到53.1了。好，目前 Roger Young 上升一个位置在21名，他前面3台车都比他慢。前面3台车都比他慢，我希望他先最起码来到第1个页面啊！来到第1个页面啊！第1个页面，前20名就可以来第1个页面。希望 Roger 可以让台湾的国旗在这边飘扬。
Dennis Toom, our pole sitter Matt Kingsman from New Zealand is 6th. Then it's Flacco Eccles from Chile. Then it is Martin Knopka.
目前 Roger 的秒数是比第20名的凯里慢了大概0.3，还需要加把劲儿。然后呢 ，Roger 跟20名的秒差大概是0.5，真的要赶路啊，赶路啊！
Then Scott Howard, Dmitry Kovanov, the soon-to-retire Chris Adams in 18th, followed by Vito Mendes, Kyle Lawrence, and another of my co-commentators, Roger Young, Billy Cleveland, Wild Billy.
哎呦，这个塞内线漂亮啊！英国人，英国人。
Then Nicolas Massinas, Gustavo Michelsen, Matthias Rodriguez. Further down the order, we have got Carl Cledibo, Andreasen, Alcant, Tony Hogg.
好，这个弯我觉得有可能是一个蛮关键的，因为我看官方很喜欢拍这个下坡弯。Kyle Lawrence. Roger 一定要追到这个第20名的 Kyle Lawrence。好，还有4圈，还有4圈。Roger 第21名跟 Kyle Lawrence 的秒差已经来到0.9喽，有可能会被拉开哦。好，目前的最速圈由第1名的 Ben Cooper 做出来，是53.1。
Exactly, old age and treachery.
Absolutely, yeah. Funny watching Derek Wang. He actually earned his ticket with us in Western Canada this year.
Yes, he did.
Came out of the West in the Rotax Max Challenge.
11th or 12th Grand Finals for Captain America.
国伟哥，我们都希望看国旗啊！加油
！Race leader Ben Cooper has passed. Martinez Tankavicius, so has Nicola Pico.
好，目前的集团就分成3个集团，前3名一个集团，然后4、5名、6、7名一个集团。
not running away like they do in the DD2.
Kyle Lawrence 目前也算是以蛮稳定的秒数在开的，53.8。啊 ，Roger 大概是慢他0.3。好，有人被挥旗了哦。Chichenal Flag 529，有人被挥旗了529，谁是529呢 ？Roger Young 上去到20名了，因为529往后退了。529车辆故障，车辆故障被挥旗往后退了。第20名就是 Roger Young， 疯狂 Roger。OK， 第一页的最后一位叫做 Roger Young。
Only 0.3 of a second separating the top three. Top four is just over half a second. So
Bibo 不是犯规，是车辆有状况。有人的车辆有状况，不管你是掉件或者是你车辆有故障呢，基本上场上会有旗号站，会有 marshal， 会有赛事指挥人员会挥旗，那挥旗会通知你的车辆是有什么情况，你要被挥下来，你就必须要得退赛，因为你的车辆有可能危害到场上其他选手的安全，就会有所谓的车辆故障下场的旗号。哦，通常这就是蛋黄旗啊，我们讲的蛋黄旗。哦，这个前4名的。
Big fight back in fourth place there, side by side.
It's
always a balance though, because you
很
want
刺
to
激
finish
呢
as far forward as you can, but you're still thinking about saving your tires for the final.
这个在抢位哦，这个回头可能等一下掉位置的，所以场上不能随意回头啊，回头就会分心啊，失去这个 miss 掉这个刹车点啊。哇 ，Roger Young 被后车给超过了，又掉出20名之外了。感谢汉堡的补充，蛋黄旗通常是掉件。哎呀，这个内线失败，换线有成功吗？
Can Cooper get the inside of turn 6? Yes, he can. Now, through the kink at 7, here we go. On the anchors, Pico around the outside, tries to cross him. A beautiful move from Nicola Pico, but Cooper has the inside line. Into turn number 9. Up the
哇，这1、2名斗很凶啊 ！Last lap 最后一圈啊，今天大家就可以下课休息啦。有，换线成功吗？ Last corner， 最后一集超屌！干，这最后一集很屌哎！最后一个 corner 直接给他最后一集哎！第一名是这个 Nicholas， 进步8名呢。然后 Ben Cooper 呢进步6名。哇，这前3名厉害哦！好。 Roger Young 呢，从23名起跑，然后闪过了很多事故，然后最后 ，The Island of Taiwan， Roger Young 第20名完赛。我们等一下来看一下这个 result。没错 ，Bibo， 这就是赛车精华的地方。来，我们现在来看回放哦。 好 ，result pre-final 125 Max D2 Master 第1名是 Nicholas， 然后我们往下看，下一页。
Indeed. So here is your provisional TD2 Masters result. Nicola Pico, Ben Cooper, and Martinez.
官方居然没有回放刚刚的超车精彩换线。
Chiles, Rodrigo Eckholt.
第一名法国人，第二名加拿大人。
Rounding out the top 8. Then Henrich Gruber and Jan Adrian in the top 10. 10 nations in the top 10 positions.
Matthew Kingsman 也是蛮快的。好，第二页我们来看到第20名是来自 The Island of Taiwan Chinese Taipei J-Way International Racing Team Roger Young。OK。好啦，感谢大家的陪伴，我们今天的直播就到这边了，早点休息。现在已经半夜快要2点了，恭喜今天大家的成绩都有往前。好啦 ，See you， 拜拜。大家晚安，大家晚安。
You're not worried about your body work, your chassis. You're gonna stick it in every corner. You're gonna race at 100%. And based on what we saw here in the pre-final, we are in for a treat.
大家晚安。谢谢汉堡，谢谢郭哥，谢谢 B 宝，谢谢小富哥，谢谢辉哥。明天呢？明天我们来看一下明天的赛程啊。
South American region and doing very well as well. We'll bid farewell to Colin Livingston and we will bring the ever-present Jen Wade back into the commentary box.
看一下明天的赛程哦。
The sun has set, the lights shine brightly. Who have the light shone brightly?
明天的 final 比赛呢，当地时间是从
tomorrow. Certainly Jen Wade, who has been interviewing everybody in the pit lane. Jen, it's been a dramatic day of racing, but what we first
早上的11点左右开始，
they look absolutely fine.
那就是11点加5，下午大概4点左右。那明天4点开始到 DT2 结束，大概是10点。更正，大概是4点到差不多8点。好，晚上4点到差不多8点。好，我们看状况，如果状况许可的话，我们就一样来直播。好，状况许可的话一样来直播。希望大家看得开心，我们明天见，拜拜。如果有直播的话，我们会在 IG 上面贴图让大家知道。
I've heard it a couple of times today, and also someone said to me,
明天有 DTM 跟 DD2， 还有
because it just got a little bit serious.
Micro
Max,
Max，
a little bit of fun, it was great, but you know that emotion.
我们都有人进到决赛。好，那我们今天直播到这边，谢谢你们，晚安。
It was a lot of drama. Now, of course, in the driver's tent, I popped outside a couple of times. You've got that where the drivers that haven't qualified, they're not really allowed to do this, but it's.
明天永安有包场哦。
What do they do?
大家晚安，大家晚安，早点休息。
Take the exhaust off and then just go